Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vortex Racing Network's production of Monday Night Mayhem. The Moonlight Racing League has come to Iowa Speedway for race number 3 of our 13-round regular season. It's win and you're in, and we've got 35 men on the grid tonight thinking tonight is the night. Who wide in the booth? Meeting G Money alongside Zach Panzarella, bringing you all the action. Zach, everybody champing at the bit to get a piece of this track. We've seen 2 winners in 2 races, couple of Final Four guys tonight getting in, but tonight could be anybody's night.
It really could, Mean Gene. Really what we've seen these first few races hasn't taught us a ton yet either. I still feel like it's wide open. We've seen a lot of different drivers up front. So this is really going to be one where I think we learn a lot about these guys. You can't really hide at this new Iowa racetrack. So much more difficult than it used to be with that new repave. Think it would make this track easier? Not at all. This place is a handful now, and these drivers are going to be struggling with it all night.
All drivers learning how to run on this repave. Iowa last year was a round of 8 race, and we saw Jordan Fisher dominate, leading 140 of the laps. Behind him, Tony Iverson, Colin Bollinger, second and third. No Jordan tonight. Colin and Tony, they've won the first 2 races of the year. Good to see these guys renewing their rivalry from last year. Question is, when does Grant Applegate step into the fray, and who might be the 4th guy now that Kevin Kyle has stepped into the owner's booth? Boy, you got great time in putting that fella up there when I'm talking about who might be the 4th dude.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see. I think one guy that's possible is the one on screen right now. Joseph Volpes has been so red hot lately, Mean Gene, and it has not mattered what race car it's been. He has just had so much speed behind him, and this was his favorite racetrack before his repave. He struggled a little bit to refigure it out, but he had a breakthrough a couple months ago, and he's definitely going to be one we have to watch here today.
Yeah, and anytime he's in the Cup, he's a truck champion, multiple titles with the truck. He won the first and the most recent Thursday Thriller Series in MRL before it merged to the beautiful, ginormous DDI MRL. It's huge league on Wednesday. So Joe with 2 championships there, but his last 2 weeks over in the Premier Cup for the Bonfire as well, running up front. Hell, he had that thing won last Sunday until got caught up in dirty air with a lapped car. Unfortunate. Jason Landry, who also was up there all day, took the win. But Joe been on fire here recently. Not going to be surprised to see him up there knocking on the door. Rookies, a big name here, as well as we see multiple guys going to run their last race, 3-race probation for rookies to run that 900 number. And here's one of the guys, Wyatt Mickelson, the Mesa, Arizona driver, expecting him to take on the 2-digit number next year. Jason Rochelle, another fast guy. Look at him, 8th right now in qualifying. Gonna be looking forward to seeing his 2-digit number. And I'll tell you, Zach, when I'm talking about rookies, you know I'm going to talk about him. Nate Lesko, the Nabisco Toyota. Can't wait to see as well what Nate is going to do. Rough week last week at Talladega, dropped Nate to 10th in points in the way too early playoff picture. But another fella I'm expecting pretty decent I rating right at that 3,000 cap. So can't wait to see what Nate's going to do out here. Good chance for him to flex up against Colin, Tony, Nick Mills, Joe Grant, all the boys.
Yeah, I think Nate was taken out of it way earlier than we were hoping last week because he was running so strong early on, but was caught in one of the first wrecks. So he's definitely gonna be one we have our eyes on. Look at that awesome graphic he's got going on the bottom there too. Look at that cartoon kind of effect there. But Nate Lesko right there, not looking like he's gonna put together the qualifying run he was hoping for, Mean Gene. Right now sitting at 21st. This is gonna be an important lap for the driver, the 905 here. I think qualifying gonna be very important today, Mean Gene. We got a big field and a small track.
You know, qualifying, absolutely. Not only does it give you your position on the grid, but it also shows where you're going to line up. Dirty air, such an issue when you're dealing with the next gen cup. You want to have a good spot. Here's Sam Milliken, the Texas driver, Kansas Jayhawk fan, putting down laps now in his number 17. Milliken, he's kind of had some up and down experiences over the last season over in the Premier Cup. I've seen him run top 5. I've also seen him get caught up in the back. Qualifying going to be at a premium for the Texan today.
Yeah, this is a big lap there from Milliken as he crosses the line and no improvement. Looks like he'll be starting in the middle of the field, more towards the back in 22nd place. That second lap from Lesko, I'm sorry, was huge, Mean Gene. Lesko currently sitting in 6th place. And then up front, we have some interesting ones, but we will see how that turns out in about 30 seconds time as you see Milliken bringing it into the pits. And this is a cream rising to the top situation, Mean Gene, here for these qualifying results that we're about to throw on screen.
Yeah, it's about to pop up. Cannot wait to see who's going to be up there right now. Looks like Grant Applegate, Colin Bollinger, Sean Walton, all up at the top. Oh, Sean Walton just sent us a message. He said, hey, refresh your trading paints. Thanks.
Tell him I got him.
Yeah, like, hey, mister, I did mine at the beginning.
There you go.
You can't trade it in practice.
It's refreshing, Sean, I promise.
All right, there you go, Sean. All right, so here we go. Qualifying results are up on the poll. Going to be Grant Applegate. Congratulations, Grant. Last season's champion up top. Colin Bollinger going to join him on the front row. Colin, of course, regular season champion and was the defending champion from the previous year. Sean Walton going to start in third, team delusional driver. Wyatt Mickelson, the 901 rookie, going to be up there in the 4th position. Buddy Sully, league veteran and champion, coming back, going to be starting in 5th. Nate Lesko, the rookie. We're all thinking about that 905 firing off from the 6th position. Craig Schroeder, another rookie walking in, joined on that 4th row by Jay Dargett, another rookie. Look at this, Zach.
Yeah.
You got 4 rookies in the top 8. Jay Stinson, welcome back. Jay, Matthew Fritz, that row right there. A couple of former teammates making an appearance again on Monday nights. Here comes Jason Rochelle in the 908, firing off in the 11th position. Hot sophomore driver Eric Gambrell into the 12th position. Taco Bell Toyota 44, Dylan Tibbetts in the 13th mark. MC Motorsports Super Speedway driver Jonathan Casabir in the 73. Brad Furrow gonna fire off from the 15th position. Brandon Guerin gonna be the number 57 on the 16th grid. Daniel Plant Smith, so fast. What's he doing back there in 17th? And Joe Volpis going to finish off that 9th row, the number 98.
What is Volpis doing there? That'll be fun to watch them work through the field. In 19th place will be Zach Clausen. 20th will be Matt Nobella. He'll be one we'll see working through there. Steve Lewis will be rolling off in 21st. Right next to Sam Ilkin in 22nd. Saw him qualify. Luke Wagner will be in 23rd. The rookie will be starting next to Jack Sanders, past champion this league. Tony Iverson, last week's winner, will be rolling off in 25th. Ryan Holler will be in 26th. Wayne Newman 27th, and we're not done yet. 28th will be Zach Winstead, Nick Mills in 29th, Kevin Kyle in 30th, Tom Lester 31st, Lucas Alves 32nd, John Beverly 33rd, Tommy Fox will be starting 34th, and rounding out this 35-car field will be the Daily Drivers Inc. driver of Hunter Hall. Over to you, Mr. Kevin James.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
I just love that look he has on his face when he finishes up. You know, it's like he's looking around.
He knows what he
knows
did.
People are giving him. Yeah, he knows what he did. He did it.
Yep,
He
he
just
knows
did
what he
the
did.
damn thing. All these cars lining up here at Iowa Speedway, race number 3 of the 13-race regular season. This is a win in your in situation. 140 laps scheduled for today. There will be stage points awarded to the top 5 on lap 70, but no caution is scheduled. They will drive right through this thing. If there are cautions, there's no fast repair, so they're gonna need to be diligent about discipline on the track. 14 is your pace car, waiting for the flag to drop. Colin Bollinger next to him. As you look at that, there's just lots of speed, and Sean Walton won that six-pack. That's a champion driver. Let's see what we can do. Flag drops. Away we go. Grant Applegate going to lead him across the start-finish line. Walton, Bollinger side by side going into one. Bollinger with a little more speed. Got Lesko behind him. It's now Applegate and Bollinger single file 1-2. Lesko on the outside of the third row with Sean Walton trying to find some speed. Rolls it into that new pavement. Gonna drop down in front of Walton. It's now Applegate, Bollinger, Lesko, Winfield, Sully, and Applegate leads lap number 1.
Clean start for this 35-car field. Looking good so far, Mean Gene. Side by side, a little bit more towards the middle of the pack, but they are figuring it out for the most part. Everywhere else, giving each other the space they need. It is very loose in the beginning of these runs here at Iowa.
Look how quick Brandon Guerin jumping up the 57, peeking around the outside of Eric Gambrell. He's in that black and orange ride, looking to move up as quickly as he can, already up 6 spots. Jonathan Casabir also moving up as well, up 6 spots into the 8th position. Now Applegate finally settling into a rhythm, has that 0.3 of a second lead over Colin Bollinger. Lots of laps here to go as we are watching the action. Love to see how these boys get down on that apron. Anywhere on that new pavement is very attractive, but that apron is where you're really going to save your tires. Oh no, I already see lapped cars might be coming into the picture. I believe that's the 20 of Nick Mills, barely ahead of Grant Applegate. We'll see how long Mills can hold off the charge. 23.85 was Mills' time that last lap. 23.73 laid down by Applegate. So creeping up is Applegate onto Nick Mills. Have to wonder what happened to the 20 at the beginning to be so close to the leaders, but on the wrong side of that coin.
Yeah, that is really, really interesting. Mean Gene already at risk of going a lap down. So we'll have to see what happens there. Applegate really doing what he has to. Bollinger running up front earlier than we normally get to see him do so in these races. And then out of the race, looks like John Beverly and Kevin Kyle. I think they may have been unintentionally signed up. Kevin Kyle being an owner this year. So we'll see about that. But check this out. Also, the rookie, Lesko, already up to podium position, Mean Gene.
Lesko moving up. Meanwhile, back in the field on lap number 6, we saw Luke Wagner get a little bit loose, got into the 27 of Zach Winstead. Everybody drove away fine, but I saw Wagner get off of that preferred line.
Here it is.
And it caused just a little wiggle.
Yeah, and you're right. You see it right there. Car's completely out of shape. And down there, we're having more issues as well. So it really does go to show how brutal that transition is, Mean Gene. I think one of the biggest things about it, too, is just how uneven that pavement is as well. They just paved it, seems like, right over the old pavement. So you really feel that transition in the car, and it upsets it if you do not have that wheel straight.
Yeah, you got to be careful out here with the different elevation of the track. Up front, Mills trying to hold on from getting passed by the leaders. Mills, accustomed to leading the pack, and with his speed, wouldn't be surprised if Applegate was content to follow him around as long as Bollinger didn't start to put too much pressure on him. Behind Applegate and Bollinger, there's Sean Walton and Nate Lesko. The rookie getting by Walton, but Walton is not going to give it up. Back to the traditional 6-7 and you can see just how much to speed those two fellas have. Second rookie on the track. Look at Jay Dargett running in that 5th position in the 906. He's got a 2.5 on that car. So, Zach, I imagine that's where his future lies.
Yeah, and hopefully he did not do that a race early. John Beverly giving the last warning that penalties would be in order if the right numbers were not ran. So let's hope that maybe it just is not updated in our software yet. Jay Dargett choosing a great number if he's going to go with the 25. Does that mean, what does concern me is what number is our boy Jack Sanders running right now?
Oh, he's running at 25.
So that will likely be a penalty for Jay Dargett. So that's going to be unfortunate. But hey, won't matter as much if he can keep running that well.
Got him. Meanwhile, looks like Brad Furrow into the pits. Not sure what happened. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to take a look on my camera. We'll see what happens to Brad, friend of the league, friend of the station. Hopefully not too much trouble for him. Oh, he just looks like he got loose back on lap number 9, coming out of turn 4 on his own, shot through the infield. Ooh, hold it, brother, hold it. Oh, and he got a light tap on the inside. Hopefully he had the wheels straight.
So gonna go a few laps down here is for, we'll see if he's able to recover from that. So far, a very clean race from this larger field. So these guys doing a great job giving each other room. One of the guys that did not qualify well, Gene, last week's winner, Tony Iverson, qualified around 25th, I believe. Oh, we have a thing for that now, I think. So that is interesting. I expected him, usually when we see him qualify this poorly, he does not take long to immediately work through the field. Has not happened yet.
Nope, you can see he's got Jack Sanders right behind him.
Only 5 positions so far.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Tony's taking it easy here. You know, Talladega is the kind of track where you drop the hammer and you just push the pedal that goes loud. This is a different kind of track. Maybe Iverson's thinking, I got a lot of laps in front of me. There's a lot of cars out here. I've already got my win. Why not cruise? You know, put himself in a position to win later on in the race. Plenty of laps, plenty of pits scheduled in the future. But you're right, not what we're used to seeing from The Undertaker. Looking more like Paul Heyman than The Undertaker right now.
Yeah, a little bit. Or like, what was The Undertaker's other manager? The one he had in the beginning. The one that unfortunately passed away. Oh, I'm forgetting his name.
Oh.
I'm going to get so many fun for that. The one with the funny voice.
Zach, why would you say that?
I forget it was Paul something, but it'll hit me later. And yeah, a lot
Paul
of
Bearer?
Yeah, was it Paul? It was Paul Bearer, wasn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Another exciting face to see here, me and Gene, is Buddy Sully back on track right here. Looking to run full time this season. Has not gotten off, I think, to the start that he would have liked, but this is the type of track that Buddy Sully really enjoys, and he actually was the fastest car in practice.
Yeah, Buddy might have a little bit of rust. You know, he sat out an entire season.
The injury.
Not just from Monday Night Mayhem. He sit across the board. Yeah, and he had that shoulder injury that he was dealing with as well. So lots of rust, many aspects.
We got a wreck, Gene. We got a car around.
Wreck.
We have a car around right when I went to that static shot.
Oh, Jay, no.
Jay Stinson. Yeah, appears to have gone around. Let's take a look at what happened here. First, let's get some tunes going, obviously. What's a wreck without tunes, right? So Jay Stinson here in the... he's in the 60, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's in the 60. And there's Garen who's been
Garen
flying.
was outside, and I think I thought I saw Garen who was... No, it was Jay. Oh, boy, Gene, this could be a big one. Oh, no! Oh!
Did he get Farmer?
Is that Farmer? Oh, no, Gene. I believe it
Oh,
is.
no. Farmer.
Yeah,
Zach Clausen.
It does look like it is Zach Clausen. Trying to find him on I think it is. Let's see. Yep.
Oh.
Let's see how that looked from Farmer's perspective. That was probably not a fun time for Zach Clausen.
Nope. Sam Walton's favorite employee right there on the wrong end of a T-bone.
Yeah, and here we go from the inside view for Clausen. Let's see how this looked like for him in real time. I think you'll see Stinson disappear, and then, oh boy, just nothing he could do. Big hit. It's going to be a little bit of damage there.
It's still going, though. Like, that's
Yeah.
not terrible.
Could be worse, but it was, unfortunately, this Mean Gene.
Oh, yeah.
First caution, we're T-boning.
I'll tell you what, Sunday we had a wreck. One dude got T-boned 4 times.
Oh my God, he was in the bone zone.
Yeah, he got it from 3 different people and one guy twice. All right, so caution here on lap number 20. Give the drivers an opportunity to come in,
mixed it up.
get a little bit of fuel and some repairs for other guys, especially like Luke Wagner. Remember, he got loose, came and hit that infield wall. That's that the rookie in the 903 finally having a chance to come and get a little bit of work done. You can see not rolling right now, finally coming out of the pit. Up front, though, we saw the top six. Top 6 did not pit. So Lesko going to take over. Jason Rochelle, Volpus, Novella, Ryan Holla, and Hunter Hall going to round out the top 6, not pitting.
So now, they're going to act as the guinea pigs here, me and Gene, as we start to take off these laps here. I believe that was how many laps? About 25, 30 laps there? So that is a 20. So that is a very interesting situation.
Way early.
Looking at the pit times, it looks like we got a good mix of 2 tires and 4 tires as well. So these drivers got to pay attention to this. Very surprising.
At Gambrel in 8th with 4 tires. I'm looking at Walton in 9th with 4 tires. You can see as well Bollinger, looks like Daniel Smith took 2. Buddy Sully 4. Guerin maybe took 2. Fritz, case of beer, Schrader, Tibbetts, all these guys thinking tires on 20, a good bet right here. But Zach, man, are you wanting to be back in this field dealing with dirty air? Even if you got fast tires, if you can't cut through that field in about 5 or 6 laps, you're going to see those tires start to even out.
Right, and I'm wondering also if that first run actually gave them a little bit of confidence, right? It doesn't look like, I mean, it's early to say this, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a messy race. So maybe these drivers thinking, well, it's not as scary to go back there as it normally is, right? And so let me give it a shot. Let me see if this is going to matter later in the race when it's winning time. If I have that extra set of tires, do I want them? Or even so, if I don't, what to expect against me? What I know my opponents will be feeling. This is a time to experiment, but you are right, Mean Gene. The thing that always scares me the most is you lose control of the race.
I've seen a premium put on awareness and give and take by league admins across all of the Vortex umbrella. So perhaps we're going to see the benefit of that here tonight, and the tires won't come to bite them in the booty. Let's go on the outside. Away we go. Gets a good jump over Rochelle in the Biffle paint scheme. Let's go. Outside lane, 2-car lead. Comes down onto the apron, and Rochelle behind him. Volpus and Novella up front as well. Hunter Hall, Ryan Holler. Here comes Gambrel and Applegate on the 4 fresh tires. Looks like Rochelle didn't get a good turn there. Almost got ate up by Volpus. Good exit speed. But look at them spreading out just a little bit. Let's go. 3 cars back to Rochelle, 3 to Volpus.
Into the wall.
And then now, that's not
Hunter
how
Hall
you do
into
it.
the wall there.
Yeah, and it looks like, is that Matt Novella off speed as well, getting past by the
pace.
31 of Plant Smith? And you know what? Let's go 3 wide.
Let's go
again.
3 wide. At
It's
Iowa.
always a good time.
Always, yeah. Especially when there's 2 lanes. They made that one work. Great job there. And one of the drivers that you're seeing exercise a lot of patience is Colin Bollinger. He's going to try to make himself the meanest sandwich again. He backed out of that one. Makes it stick there.
Rochelle get the 25 getting loose back there. No bueno.
Guaranteed around me and Gene.
No, Brandon, he was such a hard charger at the beginning of this race. We saw him jump up 8 spots quickly, using the outside lane to gain position. And now the 57. There he is on the outside, Zach.
Yeah, here he is on the outside. Another 3 wide situation. Nearly, actually, that's Tibbetts on the very inside. But no, not quite 3 wide yard. But there it is right there, flirting with the edge of that grip, me and Gene. Is that what it's going to be what this is? No, in front of him, the 25 gets sent around. And it looks like he may come back up into Guerin. Is that what's going to happen here? One of those overcorrections we see. No, Guerin checks up and gets ran through. But I don't think he'll hit anything here, me and Gene.
Yeah. Okay. Hold it, Brandon.
Oh, good job of these drivers. The check
All right.
Great job of these drivers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's actually give our drivers a little bit more credit here and just watch how good they do here. to check up for this wreck. I mean, that is why Garen got wrecked ultimately. He did the right thing. And then Steve Lewis checks up. You see some checking on the outside there. That is fantastic driving by all of the drivers that had to deal with that right there. Just as much as I'm going to make fun of them and give them a hard time when they don't check up, I want to make sure we call out when they do.
Yeah, good work right there. Everybody making their way around, avoiding that contact, allowing this race to continue. That 25 we saw going backwards, that was not Jack Sanders.
No, it was not.
By the way, no. So Jack,
that was Jake
not
Daggert,
the
right?
one. Yes, exactly. Dargett was the guy running that beautiful maroon or scarlet and black
so
ride. But
looking
he's a little early getting that number.
Just never seen 908 look like that. Yeah.
Now, yeah, and we got another violator of the numbers. Yep.
I'm gonna find you. Not
You
Wyatt.
gotta find him.
Let's see if I can find him. Is it Jason?
It's a 60.
It's a 60. He's
You
60.
don't see it?
Uh-huh. Not yet. Who is it?
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute.
Oh, I found it. Ryan Holler.
No, you. Oh, you got him. You got him.
I got him. I got him. You can't hide.
All right. No, the camera doesn't lie.
It's supposed to
It's
be a
like dealing with
909.
the police. Hey, you can outrun the Chevrolet, but you can't outrun the two-way. Same
Exactly.
here on VRN. You might escape for a moment, but that camera's
Not for
gonna
long,
catch
baby.
you. You're watching Iowa Speedway here, Monday Night Mayhem. Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella bringing you all the action. Win and you're in on the board. And suddenly there is Applegate, maybe ready to be the third Final Four driver in 3 races to take the golden ticket. Meanwhile, Nate Lesko says, no, this is a rookie-driven league, and I'm that guy. Sean Walton won a 6-pack just 2 seasons ago. And there's Daniel Smith and Joe Vulpes as well. I mean, I look down this list, Zach, and it's amazing to see the names. And they're all having that ability to rotate amongst top 10, top 5, and the podium.
Absolutely, me and Gene. And yeah, first car on fresh tires is that 14, the pole sitter, the defending champion, I should say, and put some respect on that name, of Grant Applegate. So yeah, I completely agree with you. He is looking dominant, and oftentimes when that 14 does that, he is hard to beat. But this, like we predicted, me and Gene, may be Lesko's real coming out race where he gets the result that is consistent with where he's been running.
Now, we did see a couple of guys come in there on lap 27 to take tires. Jason Rochelle, Jay Dargent, most notable. Let's see what they can do from 23rd position. Away we go. Great start there by Lesko. Applegate not fading very far. Lesko wants to come down, but Applegate's at his quarter. Keeps Lesko up. Lesko now with Daniel Smith on his tail. Sean Walton riding the apron. Jonathan Quesabeer moving up into 5th. Great race. Walton forcing Lesko to stay up high. Now Daniel Smith gets to the door of Lesko, forcing the rookie on the outside. The Quesabeer tightening up that hole as well. Is Lesko still trapped? He does get on that new pavement. That'll help him speed-wise.
No drive
but
off.
boy, he's just dropping like a rock. Here comes Bollinger to keep him up as well.
I think what Lesko really did want to have happen, me and Gene, is what happened with Grant Applegate. He had a really good first run on those older tires, able to hold on to the lead pretty easily, but I think a lot of that had to do with clean air, because we saw how much guys like Jason Rochelle, another very talented driver, was struggling on those old tires with dirty air. And now you can just see Lesko start to drop like a rock, dealing with both the old tires and dirty air. That was what could not happen, me and Gene.
Meanwhile, in the back there on lap 32, we saw some excitement. Zach Clausen getting a piece of the action. Looks like he got a little low. Mickelson got into him. Turned Farmer sideways. Almost a little contact with the double O of Tommy Fox. And we saw as well Brad Furrow get sideways, trying to avoid it. Brad back into the pits. Everybody still rolling. And we are still under green here on lap 28.
Another car that's looking extremely strong is the 6767 of Wingfield of Sean Walton, and he's going to look to the outside of Applegate. He was about 0.3 of a second behind Applegate on the entry of that corner, so it tells me that this guy has something to figure out on cornered entry, Mean Gene. I think he might shoot that top again, try to make this corner wide, but just barely hug that new pavement. Let's see what Walton does here.
Sean Walton, this guy's shown great speed. The biggest criticism I could give for Walton is battling through trouble. If he's run into a wall, we've often seen him decide that it's just easier to let it go. You know, can he overcome when that first obstacle hits him? So far, looking great, has finished all the races, and here he is peeking on the inside. What a great denial. Did you see him keep Grant high? But Grant's still going to work that exit speed.
Well, trying to close the door.
He's going
to
surprised he
drive it
didn't.
in deep here, and he's going to throw a slide job and give him that good, nice handful of dirty air. There it is. Sean Walton, another one that is on fresh tires. Mean Gene, same life as them as Applegate. And look at Applegate going to try to do a little bit of crossover here. And let's see how Walton can do on the outside. I think Walton should have this, but wow, Applegate wants to close the door. And Walton really doing a great job staying on that quarter panel, super loose off.
Wow, Walton touching the wall. Applegate takes the position back. These guys dueling like 19th century gentlemen in Great Britain. But they're still pulling away from the rest of the field, even while they do that. They've got a nice 0.6 second of a lead over Smith and Colin Bollinger. But hey, let's get impressed. 3 of the top 4, team delusional.
Yeah, these guys are having a good response to what we've been seeing Gulf Coast do lately when they've just been running like all the top 5 sometimes. Delusional coming out here today and showing that they are not delusional, and these guys are also the heavy hitters of this league. Bollinger right now makes the pass on Plant Smith, who's looked just a little bit uncomfortable. Plant Smith does have those 2 tires, Mean Gene. A little bit surprising that Plant Smith still has the pace, and it doesn't look like it is a pace thing as much as it is a comfort thing, as Plant Smith was getting more loose than the other 3 around him were. And what a great response by Applegate. He let Sean Walton lead a lap, then he took it right back.
Yeah, Sean probably satisfied with getting that lap. Applegate dropping it into a higher speed to maintain that lead. Walton's not the kind of guy you want to play around with out there. Sean not scared on nothing. He is 6'7" all the way, and you don't want to duel with that fella. Applegate into the lead, back to the 0.3 of a second advantage. Behind them, delusional teammates Bollinger, Smith. Jonathan Sabir made a fine run up 9 spots into that 5th position. Behind them, Buddy Sully doing a fine job in his return year. Buddy won a championship just 3 years ago, and now looking like he's regaining that form that made him a champion. Dylan Tibbetts having a great run. Wayne Newman up 19 spots.
Wow.
Golden Octopus driver making it happen. He did take tires on lap 20 like the rest of these guys, so he's in the same boat. Jack Sanders behind him, the real 25 in 9th, and Nate Lesko now being shown in 10th. I know he pitted, must have been on lap number 28 because my SDK's
he did not pit yet.
Showing.
Those are ancient tires. Yeah, there's a PLT, but I'm assuming that's when he was exiting for the beginning of the race. But there's no pit lap for Jessica.
He's up to no good.
Yeah,
he's doing some Joe Volpe shenanigans.
He is. And how long can these boys go? We've had 2 cautions, right? So we're on lap 45. Lesko has not even put fuel in it, so I'd assume maybe 5 to 6 more. Probably really hoping for a caution here to not have to go a lap down.
Yeah, you know, I said Joe Volpe's shenanigans because guess what? Volpe's also showing no pit stop back. He's in 16th. Looks like Ryan Holler in 20th and Matt Novella as well.
Let's see if we can see any. This is the onboard with Joe Volpes. Let's see if we can see any fuel saving here from Volpes. And no, he is not using the clutch. He's in 4th gear. Not even sure how much these guys are using 5th, to be honest here, Mean Gene. But you can see him being pretty gentle with it. But, I mean, we can tell when Volpes is saving, he's very, very conservative about it. This is aggressive for his standards, I'd say. So this is going to be... caution's out. Flag. Saved by the bell, Mean Gene.
Oh, no. Gambrel having issues on lap number 46.
Oh, man.
I think he just lost it on his own.
I'll take a look, see if I can find it. But see, I'm not even seeing a wreck in my data, are you? I'm just going to go to Gambrel and see when he... Oh, you're right, Mean Gene. There he goes.
Oh, and Ryan Holler behind him. Brown pant moment.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, God. I'll get Gambrel so we can actually take a better look at that. There's a lot of drivers out here now. Makes it a lot more difficult in a good way.
Yeah. So Holler avoided that infield wall. Lewis directly behind them as well. Oh, my word.
Oh, my.
Wow. I mean, that stake was right in front of Louis. Louis didn't take it.
Yeah, he did for the first time. We know Louis a fan of steak, but more good checking up, more good wreck avoidance out of these drivers.
Yeah, the carnivore, Steve Lewis, didn't take that opportunity. I don't know. What do you like better, Captain Crunch or the carnivore?
Both are great.
I don't know. We're going to have to check in with Louis, see if he'll let me get away with that.
So do you pit here if you're Grand Applegate, Mean Gene? Oh, you do! Look at that! Last second, he ducks in.
Got him! Look at that, Plant Smith responding as well. Oh, what trickery.
Case of beer still out, Bollinger out.
We got to interview Grant after that championship race, and he said a couple of the big things that he has noticed in this league is, number one, not using up his tires, making sure that he is cruising, saving especially that right front, and then also pit strategy, trying to figure out when can I fool some of these other drivers, when am I going to take 2, when am I going to take 4, and that's a little bit of gamesmanship right there from Applegate.
That was 4 tires.
Too soon to say, it's too soon to say that was the move of the race, but the way that he left some of those other speedy guys out there, that was fantastic.
Yeah, he clearly did not want them to know. I don't think that was a last-second decision. I think he just did not want them to know that he was going to pit, and he pulled it off, Mean Gene. He pulled it off brilliantly, and now he'll be able to take advantage of that. If there's one thing that's a disadvantage to someone like Applegate now, it's got to be the 905, who love to see that, because he has one more set of tires than all those drivers who just came in for that second set. So we'll see if that ends up mattering for him. And then it's still a good amount of cars all the way back to where you start to find the ones on the fresher tires. You're going to have to go all the way back to 12th place to find Grant Applegate, and he will be the first one on fresh tires. Hunter Hall will be the last on older tires. So it's going to be a minute until they're up to these drivers.
Top 6 drivers last pitting on lap 20. All 4 of those taking fresh tires. Then 7th place down to 10th, 11th of Hunter Hall, all taking tires on lap 27. And then you're right, then it gets wild. Applegate, Smith, Sully, Lesko, all taking those tires there on 48. Now, Dargett did come in for fuel there on 48. But I think he's got that same set of tires he took back on 28. So he's evening out, saving those tires for later in the run. I think Lucas Alves taking right sides here on lap 48. And Jack Sanders just taking fuel. So Sanders as well has the 4 tires that he took back on lap 28 as well. But those top 6 guys, staying out like that, really interesting.
Yeah, I agree, Mean Gene, and I wonder how they're feeling now that when they saw Grant make that really, really late move. I wonder if they're happy about it or if they're concerned now. I think it's going to matter about how long this one run is right here. I think what the drivers who were forced to stay out or chose to stay out would like to see here is about a 15-20 lap run.
Quickly and get right back on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Exactly.
I took a little packet loss right there. That was fun.
Oh, you did. I was like, where'd you go? But yeah, you're good now.
It's still being the devil. All right, pace car out of the way. Sean Walton with control. Jumps it in the middle. Good lead there. Walton across the start-finish line. Outside lane. Bollinger has a slight advantage. Case of beer still at the door. 2 of them side by side. Dylan Tibbett followed up by Wayne Newman. And then Iverson now moving into the top 6. The Undertaker putting on the pressure now. He is on tires from lap 27. So his tires, that's Iverson, fresher than the 6 in front of him. Hey, it's Iowa. Let's go
not
through
on the
live,
inside of him,
that's what you do.
Yep, and that's Grant Applegate. He was not patient, and it worked out for him. He just immediately started making 3 wide moves, picking up positions in bunches, and this will be for the top 5 here as he also takes a packet loss right there. He's going to go right there around Tibbetts. I'm sorry, around Wayne Newman. Wayne Newman continuing to have a phenomenal run, running in 6th place right now. Up to the lead, still Sean Walton holding off Bollinger right now. The teammates working well together, but I did not think they expected to see that 14 on their relative yet.
I'll tell you what, also, how about that number 31? Also pitted at the same time, as did Lesko. So the 31 and the 905 making a quick chase. Now Applegate looking to get past Sean Walton, but keep an eye on the Pennzoil as well as the next quick cars hugging that apron.
Wow.
Quickly, those guys that took tires on 48 up into this lead group. Wow, 3 wide, Lesko, Walton, Plant Smith. We're going to force Walton off of that repave. Holds it good.
Squeeze.
Nice. Wow, good turn there by 6-7, keeping it on.
And that squeeze by Lesko, just unreal how tight he's able to keep it to that 31. And look at this, he's gonna try to split the middle here. Shoots caught a little bit up the track. Holland's gonna get tight. He's gonna have to check up, and Lesko to second. That was some phenomenal driving by the rookie. That is how you gain trust from your fellow drivers. Doing nothing wrong there, but being aggressive in all the right ways. You eventually you're gonna have to do that, and Lesko choosing the right moment there, and now he has those fresh tires and a little bit of clean air to the leader of Grant Applegate, who's just doing what he needs to do. And then the old tire cars, me and Gene, they are falling back quick.
I feel like I just watched Fight Circus, and it was a 3-on-1. Lesko taking on all of Team Delusional, zips right through them, and now you can see Lesko putting the pressure on Applegate. Applegate 0.6 of a second ahead, but here he comes. Meanwhile, that's the 27 of Zach Winstead having a little bit of difficulty. You can see him falling back, and then Joe
we got a
Volpus
machine. We got a big one. Oh, it looks like Wayne Newman around. Wayne Newman in this one.
Novello, Wagner.
Wow, Wagner. That's a. Oh, wow. It looked like that happened a little bit before we got to it, and the racing was so intense around where I was looking that none of those drivers had anywhere near enough time to react to that one. Me and Gene, nowhere near. That was a worst case scenario.
Are you looking at Farmer again? What?
No, don't worry. I'm not.
What are we doing?
I was just finding some
tunes.
Who's
in the wall? Is that Gambrel?
Oh, that is the 48 actually. So that I believe is Fritz, one of the very, very talented drivers. Fritz. We've seen him actually have a chance at the Final Four. So let's start with Fritz. Let's go a little bit further back here. Oh boy, Mean Gene, did you see that drama? Here we go. Keep your eye on the 903 here. That's who I think ends up getting into Fritz somehow.
All right, that's Wagner, right? Blue and orange.
Yeah, the Nas car, and he, I think, hit that Nas button, shoots into Fritz, and Fritz is about to eat a handful of wall here for no reason. Must be something about the paint scheme, and bang into the wall. There goes in the best friend's alley.
Iowa stripe. He got an Iowa stripe. He's okay. He's still rolling.
And that creates the wreck in front of them with Wayne Newman. Yeah.
Go back. What happened with Newman? What did Newman do to get sideways?
I think Wagner's Nas button was still engaged. No,
he's just crazy. Go back.
Was that something with the biff? Watch the biff here. Oh, Iverson gets in the Wayne Newman.
The third notch goes on the belt.
And then he shoots him back up.
Notch.
Oh no. No time to react. Big hits here. Oh, that 56 nearly flips. 256s flipping there. This is stupid, the numbers. But wow, and look at this wreck avoidance. Oh, not so much. T-Bone City. Did you see that one, Mean Gene? Oh, look at the 25 here. Or, the 925. No. Keep your eye on the 925. Ready? He's like, I did it. I made it. Okay, I did it. Oh my gosh. Boom. Oh.
No, you didn't.
You thought.
Look at that car we're driving through traffic. Way to go.
Jay Dagger, let's see what this looked like for him. Because this is probably a little bit, unfortunately, not for him, but hilarious for us. Watch this, Mean Gene.
I think that second 56, though, I think that's the 115. I think that was Lucas Alves. It just looked, look at this. Yeah, it just looked like it.
Oh, oh my God. He had to have thought he made it.
Yeah.
Like, you go through that moment there and you think, oh my God, I did it. And then boom. And then you end up getting one of these, Mean Gene. That was a big one. And not just that, Mean Gene, that pretty much fell in exactly where I was thinking guys like Bollinger and Walton would want to see that caution. And let's see here. Yes, they did pit Mean Gene and they got 4 tires. So I think that's going to work in their favor quite a bit.
Yep, so caution coming out there on lap number 58. We immediately see people coming into the pits, most notably looking at Bollinger and Walton, Sabir, Sanders, Iverson. Iverson with the 3rd tombstone on the side of the car, making things happen. That's right. Rest in peace indeed. Matthew Fritz coming in, Ryan Holla, Eric Gambrill, Wagner, but you got to wonder about some of these guys like Gambrill. What kind of damage is on that car? Iverson got a little scrape. I think that Dargett and Jay Stinson as well with damage. I think Novella, Craig Schneider with some extended stays. Pace car is off. Away we go. Grant Applegate underway. Behind him, Plant, Smith, and Lesko side by side. Smith with the advantage down on the apron. Lesko with the speed on the outside. 3rd is Vulpes Tibbet fading the wrong way in 5th. Gonna take it 3 wide with Buddy Sully and Nick Mills back on the lead lap in the lead group. Mills, Tibbet, Sully, side by side, taking it across the start-finish line into turn 1. Mills says, hey, let me fall in line and give you a tap. I'll turn you sideways in all 3 cars. Mills drives away.
Unharmed. Unscathed. Oh, man. Mean Gene. Oh, no. And we're back under caution.
Yeah, we're under caution. I mean, you kind of saw it happening. There's nowhere to go at Iowa. These guys drove around 3 wide for a while.
Tibbetts. Heat-seeking missile in this one.
Tibbet and Mills just got very close to each other. Jack Sanders.
Good job by this field once again, though, Mean Gene. Look at these boys setting an example. I mean, this was...
All right, let's go to the rear chase, man. They're having a good time with each other.
Oh, they're
having a good
time
in chat.
Oh, are they? I love you. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Let's see who loves who.
I mean, what's rule number 1?
I think this is a good time to. I think this is a don't cut in front of Nick Mills.
Don't wreck the person, or don't wreck yourself when you're wrecking somebody else.
Wow. So I think this is as good a time as any to talk about one of our sponsors, Sim and Destroy Racing Company.
Sir. Sim
and Destroy has 2 factory drivers. They've got Nick Mills and they have Zach Winstead out there here today.
Look at him right now.
Gentlemen never lift. And there it was, free.
They live by that, Mean Gene. They do not. It's no joke to them.
No, you had to take an oath. You took an oath, and you had to swear to it. You know,
Swear it. Ever lift.
Batman is making you say it. He's yelling, "Swear it" at you. What are you supposed to do? Meanwhile, Zach Winstead gonna get a lap back. Congratulations to the number 27 Sim and Destroy Racer, bringing it around. Still gonna be 1 lap down after that, but has to be happy to get back within striking distance. We are on lap number 66. Now remember, lap 70 is going to be when the top 5 are going to get awarded stage points. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. I think it's going to be like a 1 or a 2 lap shootout to get to that. So those really going to be up in the stakes here. I mean, it's a long race. There's a lot of drivers. How aggressive are you willing to get?
That's going to be interesting, Mean Gene. I'm looking at the tire situations here to see who's going to have ideas, right? Who's going to have that extra bit of confidence, those 4 Mr. Feelgoods, as your driver Joe Logano likes to call them. And I'm thinking Nick Mills is going to want to recover from what happened earlier. He's going to look for some stage points here. He'll be starting in 5th place. Another name, Joseph Volpes. He has not been running as good as he is right now He's in 4th place right now. This is a valuable opportunity for Joseph Volpis to grab some stage points. And I think you're going to see Lesko, I think maybe Mean Gene, prioritize protecting that 2nd place over even the lead. I think Lesko, after wrecking out early last week, understands how big of an opportunity this is to get those 2nd place stage points. Stay in this race. Don't end it now. Like you said, we're still only half of the way there. And end up with a points race indicative of where that driver is capable of running. Lesko looking like he can be a playoff contender.
Charlotte Motor Speedway, we saw Lesko take 2nd, was running top 5 at Talladega, caught up in the big one early, ended up dropping in the standings. He's 10th in the way too early playoff standings.
Yeah, good opportunity
making
here.
A good run here today to keep that up. Grant Applegate, though, being shown as your leader. Top 5 drivers pitted on 48, but look at the next 3. Rochelle, Mickelson, and Milliken all pitted on 27 and 28. So let's keep an eye on the 908, the 901, and the 17, because those guys could make it very interesting for the cars behind them. Pace car is off. Nick Mills has polished the front bumper. He's ready to go. Grant Applegate, off
Early.
we go.
Nice
Shot out of
job.
a cannon. Pulls away Burton Smith with him.
Applegate really been interesting on these restarts, Mean Gene. One big rule about restarts is you try not to ever be predictable. Applegate has gone early every time. But you know what? If it's not broke, why try to fix it?
Yeah, keep working. Meanwhile, behind him, look at Lesko going high, trying to get by Plant Smith. Plant Smith using the apron and the shorter distance on the track to maintain that position. Here's Volpis battling up into 4th, and then slight gap back to Nick Mills. Lap number 70, this is it. Who is going to win those stage points coming into 3? Applegate, Lesko, Volpis gets by Daniel Smith. What a move. And winning the stage, going to be Grant Applegate, Lesko, Volpis, Daniel Smith, Nick Mills going to round out the top 5.
Good point saves for all those guys. Like I speculated, Lesko doing a phenomenal job protecting that 2nd place. So those are going to be 4 valuable points for Lesko, just in case something else was to happen. That is great for the driver of the 905, Mean Gene, and it just gets me excited. Like you said, man, it's almost like when I'm not broadcasting the races. Oh, that's a sketchy moment there. Oh, man, that scared me. As one of those trucks goes way down, it looks like he's still down there. Is that Clausen? It is, as he's going to get it back together, and they're going to stay green, I believe, here, Mean Gene. But yeah, Go ahead. I completely forgot that Lesko had finished in 2nd in the season opener. This is another exciting rookie in this league.
Now, meanwhile, Sam Milliken in that number 17 having difficulty
Was he the one that was down?
maintaining speed. He is fading backwards quickly. He's that white one in the middle. He took tires on lap 20, so everybody around him has much greater speed. Milliken played the long game, but now you can see regretting it as everybody going green here on lap number 73. Fallen all the way back, he has to 15th, going back further. Meanwhile, look a little ahead of him, you can see Wyatt Mickelson in the 901. He's also a little off pace. Walton and Tony Fox get together. Here comes Iverson as well. Yeah, so when these cars are fading backwards, you can see they do create obstacles for those passing through. So right now, Mickelson, you can see he's fallen back even to Ryan Holler now, causing a little bit of a gap. Tommy Fox needs to put a move and get around there quick.
A lot of these drivers being forced to be, I think, more aggressive than they'd even like to as well. Tony Iverson has been in some sketchy situations, as has Sean Walton, as they've worked through all these different cars on different tire situations than themselves, nothing being really consistent. Surprising to see as many stay out as they did, but like Milliken here, me and Gene, I feel like we've seen enough cars fall down to where you knew this was going to happen, but maybe Milliken not in the tire situation that he'd like to be and has to bite the bullet at some point in this race and choosing to do it now before it's too late. Regardless, he's going to be open for a caution soon to get those tires off the car. Up front, Lesko keeping Applegate honest.
Great run by Lesko. Meanwhile, there's another battle going on out there. Matt Novella and Craig Schroeder, both these guys battling for the lucky dog, and both of them wearing the number 56. Let's go.
The battle for the number and as well the battle for the lucky dog. Big stakes there, Mean Gene. And this group right here in the middle, they've got to be sick of each other by now. A lot of the incidents have resulted in this area, and it's really just because of how close the racing has been here and the lack of space. But you see here a lot of 2 wide and 3 wide. As compared to the rest of the field, which is already taming down quite a bit. As you can see, Bollinger, Walton, and Iverson may actually even be able to work together here to work through the field and get through these older tires. Maybe all they needed was a common enemy.
Yeah, I love it. Outside lane, Jonathan Quesabier trying to make it work. Good momentum. Going to go all the way up to the wall with the help of Colin Bollinger. Brandon Garrett, he is on the lead lap. That is in the race as well. Great run for Guerin after that scare early to be in that 6th position. Bollinger going to take a look under him. Quesabier with speed almost makes the contact, doesn't. 57 lets off. Oh, he didn't want that. So a little bit of patience being shown by the 57 as Colin came up the track. Sean Walton behind him. Then you can see Quesabier taking a peek below 6-7.
Quesabier gonna try to make a pass on the inside. I believe Quesabier, yeah, he is on slightly older tires, I believe. No, he is on the same level as all these guys, so he has every reason to be fighting them the way he is, trying to do a great job to keep that track position he's had all day. And yeah, Garrett has really had a lot of speed the past few weeks. Looking great again this week. Really trying to not bleed too much here. It's going to be the same situation for the Sim and Destroy driver of Nick Mills, about to be under fire.
Yeah, Brandon Guerin, remember, he only got to run part-time last year. A little bit of rust builds up. Now this year, going with that full-time schedule, expecting to see the Brandon of old. Brandon, though, is running on a little bit older tires, back on lap 58. You can see, though, that Bollinger, back on 48. Meanwhile, Bollinger, Walton, Quesabier, Iverson all showing off those 10-lap Thrasher tires.
Yeah, it's making a big difference, Mean Gene. Bigger than I honestly expected it to.
Walton into Nick Mills.
A little bit of the chrome horn. Yeah, a little bit of the chrome horn there. Just kind of shoving him in. Oh, yeah, it worked. As you see Mills get tight on exit there. He's going to raise the wall, not lose too much speed. Mills also, though, he might get forced.
Side wall.
You are not wrong, Mean Gene. Tony Iverson absolutely has damage from that. Oh, man, that was not good for the 13. And look at that. It doesn't want to turn anymore, does it?
No, Nick Mills said, hey, have this tombstone back.
Is Iverson pitting here, Mean Gene? Yeah, he did. And look, Iverson's going to bring it down. He's going to, yep. So no fast repair. Going to assess the damage, or will the 13 park it here? Oh, boy, Tony Iverson had made so many big moves working through the field. One too many.
Wow, had the win last week, but now Iverson in the pits, contact with Nick Mills. That front end of Nick Mills, it's got Taco Bell on one side, and it's got a zombie on the other. Let's go, Psycho!
Oh, man, Iverson, yeah, they're definitely getting the worst end of that. So he's going to put on tires, he's going to try to leave this car out there, maybe fix a little bit of damage to just make that car more drivable. But tires will definitely help, Mean Gene, but Iverson's going to need multiple cautions, and he's going to need them soon.
Meanwhile, let's talk about some drivers we haven't mentioned in a minute. Let's go to the 48 of Matthew Fritz. Matthew Fritz, full-time driver just a couple of years ago, only running part-time right now. You can see him doing battle. He's got Ryan Holla in front of him and Eric Gambrell. Great to see the 48 back. Oh, Eric off of the pave there. You can see how it took him off of the speed, but holding on. And then Buddy Sully right behind them. Buddy did pit on lap number 65. Seems like he's being very conservative at the moment, though.
Yeah, I think so too, Mean Gene. Maybe trying to make this a one-stopper for himself and trying to save some fuel as well. You saw just how low he got through 3 and 4 there, which is telling me that he's really backing up those corners if that race car is going that low on the racetrack, because, oh man, we don't let it to do that here. So that's going to be fun to watch to see what Buddy Sully is able to do. I think he knows he has a hot rod in that 21. Really fast on practice, and he just has not had the running position in this race to show off what he's capable of. You know, Buddy, a very conservative driver as is, very clean, and also still getting back in the groove of things like we talked about.
Yeah, when Buddy won his championship 3 years ago, we saw him pretty much ride mid-pack. 13th, 12th, wasn't concerned. And then at the end, there finally was that big wreck up front. Then he really pushed the pace, became the fastest car on the track the last 20 laps, ends up taking that championship. So Buddy can strike from anywhere. Just really watching him right now is a lesson in gamesmanship for the rest of the field. Up front, you can see other people now suffering on those older tires. Sam Milliken, again, last pitted on lap 20, has faded back to 19th. He's fallen into the grasp of Zach Clausen. Clausen, who's been in the pit 3 times, getting major repair on that car. So the tires of Milliken so bad that a car that's been wrecked 3 times now closing the gap.
Yeah, you don't ever want to see that, do you, Mean Gene? And yeah, like I said, I thought these guys would have learned by now. We talked about how in the beginning of the race, a lot of guys went in early. They acted as the guinea pigs, and I thought they'd give us the answers right away, right? I think there was very much guesswork after that. I was like, okay, cool. Tires equal important. But some of these guys still willing to risk it. Very interesting.
Well,
but maybe it's because they want the end.
Milliken.
Okay,
Milliken coming in now.
He's had enough.
He said, you know what? If Farmer's about to pass me, I'm coming in.
Forget this. So is that Craig Schroeder, the rookie, going to bring it down as well?
Yeah, Craig. He was in the battle for the lucky dog with Matt Novella, but now you could see Jay Dargent as well has fallen a lap down. Milliken, Novella, Schrader. No need for Schrader to stay out and try to push that race any longer. Come down, get tires. Maybe you can short pit against those others that are a lap down and try to get back onto that lead lap if there's a caution a little bit later. Up front, what a great show we've seen from Grant Applegate. Week 1, we saw Colin dominate. Week 2, we saw Iverson look so strong. And here we are, week 3, third of the 4 championship drivers, Grant Applegate flexing. I was making a joke when I said it, Zach. I said, what, are we just going to have Grant win next week? And I tell you what, I should have called Vegas, baby.
You should have, because it's looking real good right now. Grant Applegate, and yeah, the odds cannot be high or very well paying out now as Applegate clearly the fastest race car out here, long and short run, which is what's so important. Opening up a 1 second lead to Lesko now. I think he'll be bringing it down soon. I think we're right at that window, Mean Gene. But we do know Applegate is more limited to his tire.
Remember, Tibbetts got into the incident with Nick Mills up into the wall, did the 44 go. So he does have the fresher tires, taking them there on 65. But just too much damage for the Taco Bell driver to hold off Grant Applegate and Nate Lesko.
Gabriel, in case of beer, mixing it up right here. This is for position. This is for 8th place. Behind them, you have Guerin and Fritz. These guys are probably going to be looking to pit in the near future. So this is a great time to pick up those positions. Wow, that was an aggressive closeout by Eric Gambrill.
Oh, we're not allowed to say that. It hurts his feelings. Every time I say he's aggressive, he's like, why? Why would you say that?
Don't be
Meanwhile,
aggressive there,
speaking up, look at this. Nate Lesko into the pit. So the first of our top guys gonna bring it in here on 99. This thing is scheduled for 140. Applegate now making the call. He is gonna match Lesko, bring it. Oh, he's sideways.
Oh, what a save! Oh my God, Grant Applegate sees his entire life flash before his eyes. He does lose some time. He has to get it slowed down. I don't think he's going to. Oh my goodness.
When Daniel Plant Smith comes in and says, yo, man, why you do that? It ain't that hard.
Oh my God.
All you gotta do is hit the brakes early.
Just hit the brakes, man. Daniel Plant Smith doing everything he can to make that situation worse for Applegate, which is what a competitor should do. Oh, he's nervous? Let me get to his inside. Great job there by Plant Smith to make that even worse and take away the inside from Applegate as well. Applegate probably still trying to catch his breath. Almost, and he misses his box. I was going to say, Mean Gene, I thought that was going to happen because you know he was shook up there. I think Smith will beat him out here.
All shook up.
Here we go.
What you want to see for a championship run.
And Lesko will beat both of these guys. Oh, not even close. And Lesko's already past them. Lesko's already on the backstretch. This will be a 5-10 second lead for that Nesquik driver, and not to mention a extra set of tires.
Look at Daniel Smith trying to close the gap as much as he can. Looks like maybe 4 seconds. Applegate, though, falls back to almost 5. Up front, lead has turned over to Colin Bollinger. Looks like the 908 trying to get back one of his laps.
Bollinger with nothing to say about that.
Car of Jason Rochelle.
I think Bollinger will likely bring it down this time. He has to have heard about what happened to Applegate. All these drivers that were running behind Applegate, boy, this is a big opportunity for them. And you can see just how difficult that 53 is to get around this racetrack right now. Is you see him go very high there, a little bit. Oh yeah, he's gonna bring it in this time. Is Bollinger? Almost never see Bollinger mess this up. Let's see if I do an announcer's jinx. I do not. He's too good for that. And how many times have we seen Bollinger pull this long run stuff?
Let's go.
Oh, let's go check that out. Actually, this is what the leader wants.
And it's Nick Mills is in that group. What are you doing? Don't do that.
Man.
Nick Mills, Fritz, the other 56. I forgot his name. Was that Dargent?
Nope.
Who's
Dargent is the other 25. The other 56 is. Oh, I just saw it. Is it Schroeder? Yep, it's Craig Schroeder.
There you go, Schroeder.
I did
Get
it.
him, John. Get him. All right, meanwhile, it looks like
in.
Ryan Holler going to bring it into the pits.
Oh, man.
A little bit less trouble.
Will Bollinger do anything cute here, man? Mean Gene Bollinger does. I think that was... Nope, that was 4. I'm sorry. Was that? Yes, it was. It looked fast. Like, really, really fast. But it was actually quite the opposite. It was that slow. I thought the leaders were getting their laps back. They were passing him. Woof.
Meanwhile, you can see the lead has turned over to Eric Gambrill, the sophomore driver. Gonna go ahead, collect him some points.
Oh,
Looks like he's getting ready to pit. But look at the log jam behind him.
Yeah, and it looks like Applegate's gotten around Plant Smith. They were battling pretty hard before. It looks like, yeah, here comes Gambrill into the pits. He is deep. It looks like Wayne Newman missed the box before Gambrill showed him how to miss it. So Gambrill was able to learn from that and then make the pits. But Wayne Newman, what a fast drive for Wayne Newman. But the little things, Mean Gene, and if you need proof of the little things that kill, as Gavin Rosdale would say, my goodness, how fragile is race car driving? Grant Applegate has been more than perfect in one mistake, and the lead is seconds in front of you.
Yep, and then there it is, Daniel Plant Smith now on him. I'll tell you what, when Gambrill got off the pace, if I'm Hunter Hall, I was terrified. Hall running at 26 was the guy stuck up on the wall, nowhere to go. Yeah, Case of Beer going to get him some points as well. Great race right now. You can see Applegate blinked, going to turn it over and just let Daniel Smith get very, very close. So Applegate is a second and a half behind Lesko, and then you have Applegate, Daniel Smith about a half a second behind Applegate, and then Colin Bollinger finds himself 4.8 seconds back, and Bollinger only pitted a lap before them, so very surprising to see Bollinger on a short pit.
Bollinger 4 laps after Smith and Applegate. Which is very surprising to me how bad it is, Mean Gene. Like I said, when Bollinger was in the pits and I was watching the rejoin, when I was watching the rejoin, I swear to God, I was like, oh, okay, so there goes Lesko getting his lap back. And then I'm looking on, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was not his lap. That was the lead. That is how bad that was. But if there's any silver lining here, Mean Gene, if it's that bad on the back end, then that will come back around to Colin. If this run goes long enough, if this race stays green and Colin protects his stuff and can manage that gap, it will come back around to the 53.
53 needing a win here. Remember, he took the opener at Charlotte, and he would love to put win number 2 on his resume. Meanwhile, up front, it's Buddy Sully's turn to lead some laps.
Yes,
Sully
sir.
Last pitting on lap 65, so you know a pit stop is on his radar.
It is imminent.
Behind him, Tommy Fox, Case of Beer. How about Tom Lester? I know we're in the middle of a pit cycle, but we haven't talked about that number 6 Chevrolet. Slowing it down, trying to get down to the bottom lane. No, and he's got Iverson that says, you ain't coming down here, boy.
Multiple laps down, Tony Iverson. I believe about 15 or 18 laps down is Tony Iverson to fix that damage, which is the boulevard that Iverson chose to drive down. He chose to get all the damage fixed, which is kind of the way I normally go. That took 8 minutes. So Iverson effectively out of this race. Any chance to win it, any chance to finish well, gone for Iverson, as Tommy Fox going to bring it down for his pit stop. He was running in second place. Haven't talked enough about that 00 today. Having a great quiet run. Sounds familiar when he talks about Tommy Fox. Just quietly so good.
Remember, over in the Bonfire Premier Cup, Tommy Fox did make the round of 12. So one of the best years he's had in the Premier Cup. And now here we find him over having that same kind of success.
He's got to be saving here.
Yeah, Buddy's up to no good.
Let's see.
Where's Joe? What's Joe up to?
What's Joe doing? Is he out here? No, he pit. Wow, weird world. But Joe is pit. But no, he's not as conservative as I thought. But I know Buddy is. He's a scholar. This is going to be his pit stop here. Did he light up the radio there?
Yep.
And you can watch on board here just how difficult this is. It looks easy. It is not. Oh man, driving it nice.
No, especially with them older.
Yeah.
Those older tires is going to make it really wild.
So Lesko will take over the lead, Mean Gene, and they needed that caution. Drivers like Sully did. That was not what they wanted to have happen. It was worth the chance for sure, because if that caution comes out, you know Lesko's going to take those tires. So Sully would just have the advantage, but did not work out. And now it's about a half a second lead for Lesko in 24 laps. This will be an interesting one.
Look at Tom Lester out there playing poker. He pitted on 66. So Tom Lester still being shown in fifth, but pitting on 66. Going to have some issues trying to close the gap. Meanwhile, Lesko taking over the lead. Applegate dominating, now only 0.6 of a second behind. Here comes Daniel Smith behind him. And then Colin, he has closed that gap to just 3 seconds. Remember, it was over 5.5 when these boys did come out on lap number 160. So Bollinger making great progress at 24.32. Bollinger also about 0.2 of a second faster than the leader, Lesko. Lesko now caught up in a little bit of traffic. You can see he's got Wagner there behind him, and right in front of him, he's got the 56 of Matt Novella. Novella, the last car on the lead lap. That's about to change as Lesko puts the 56 a lap down. Wagner and Lesko battle. Wagner and Novella battling. Oh, and they get into each other. Wagner still having problems back there, trying to straighten it out. Finally does, but loses a great deal of time, and that's going to allow Novella to maintain that lucky dog position. Now Ryan Holler catching up to Novella, but Novella and Wagner with an amazing battle. Wagner making contact, trying to get by the 56 of Novella, goes into the wall, fades back, comes out on the short end of that stick. Lesko still with the lead after getting by those lap drivers. Applegate now under attack from Smith. And look at Jack Sanders and Guerin coming.
Oh my gosh, and they almost come together and exit there, Mean Gene. So close there between Plant Smith and Applegate. These two have been racing so close for about 20-30 laps time now. Somehow they're also catching Lesko in the meantime. I don't think Lesko wants a caution. Even with those extra tires, I think you take the track position over it. I think it just complicates things, but boy, oh boy, things are intense behind him.
Yeah, you can see Brandon Guerin there, 3 laps down. He's the 57. Jack Sanders
3 wide behind them
is also 14 laps down.
They love that.
Lots of people with issues trying to run fast. Here comes Buddy Sully. The 60 poking around.
Where is even Joe Volpis in this whole thing? Is he right? So Volpis is not, he's the next car here for position. Actually, Bollinger is. They're barely even in this, Mean Gene. Oh man, you know these guys are loving this. And there's Buddy Sully, and that is what staying out for that long will do to you, Mean Gene. He is a lap down. He's going to try to get this lap back. He's going to the inside of Applegate. He'll be to Lesko in no time, and that's another thing that Lesko's going to get to deal with. He's going to be getting passed by lapped cars.
Yeah, Lesko starting to feel it. So many people, those guys that stayed out trying to make it work. Jay Stinson, last car on the lead lap. He's got about a quarter of the track lead over Lesko. Sully wants to get it back the old-fashioned way. Sully last pitted on 116, so he's got about 18 lap fresher tires. Then Lesko makes the move. Buddy Sully now on the lead lap. Behind him, Holler battling with Colin Bollinger. Holler would be the first guy that's battling for Lucky Dog. And here comes Case of Beer. So Case of Beer and Holler battling for Lucky Dog side by side, right behind Colin, the fourth place car of Colin Bollinger. Boy, this thing is nuts. They're racing for something.
Yeah, and I guess that's the problem, is the Case of Beer, Solely, who we just saw work his way through this, Sanders, who we saw throw Applegate up the track, they're racing for position too. They have something to race for. If that caution comes out, they cannot be behind the leaders. So their sense of urgency is understandable, Mean Gene. And man, look what that has opened up as Bollinger gets the inside of Smith and makes a pass on Smith. And that was created through just tomfoolery with these lapped cars. And now he's going to be the meat in a lapped car sandwich.
Here comes Case of Beer around the outside, forcing Smith to stay low. Smith hugging the apron as Case of Beer putting those moves on the outside. Boy, did Case of Beer go fast off of the repave.
Yeah,
Applegate still leading this group. Colin Bollinger now finally catching up. And behind them, look at Smith having a little bit of contact with Holler.
Massive loose moment for the 14 of Applegate. An incredible save by Applegate. I don't know how he gathered it up as quick as he did, but you see the momentum it's costing him as Bollinger. And big hit there into the wall for Case of Beer loose for Smith. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so many things going on. What is Lesko thinking right now, looking in his rearview mirror, seeing this insanity fall behind him? I think one thing that he would love to not have seen is the 53 in second place with 11 to go. That driver, we've seen how good he is at finding speed late in these races. I think his best hope is guys like Case of Beer racing him. Case of Beer in a very similar situation to what Buddy Soley was. A little bit older tires than Soley.
Yeah, Case of Beer now got a clear window, about 5 cars back to Ryan Holler. Doesn't need to worry about him. Maybe he'll hold his position.
It's going to want Lesko, though.
Nate Lesko with that 1 second lead. Colin trying to close the gap. Last lap, Colin was 0.2 of a second faster. Oh, boy, lap drivers getting excited. Here comes another one. Look at Fred Lester now. Way newer tires coming up into this picture.
Move.
Lester, though, 2 laps down, has a long way to go to catch up. Wants to get at least around one more time before a possible caution.
Yeah, he definitely does. And we'll put our sights. There it is. Bollinger going to cross the line here and see the lap comparison. Pretty even with the leader of Lesko. He does not have the pace that he needs to right now, especially with the lack of time available to him. But you have to understand the urgency of these lead lap drivers. They don't just want to be in the lucky dog, Mean Gene, because if you're the lucky dog, that means you're the tail end of the longest line. If you want a chance to win this race, if you want a chance to finish well, you've got to get your lap back the hard way, like what we're seeing right here from Lester against Lesko.
Wow, this is amazing. Lap drivers all mixed in these lead cars, but they are battling for something, which is causing a lot of consternation from the lead drivers. Fred Lester now making the move on Lesko. That'll put Lester only 2 laps down, so he's slowly getting back on there. Nate Lesko with the lead. Bollinger trying to close the gap, 1.14 seconds behind. No, but there's nobody in between the two of them.
Yeah.
6 laps to go here at Iowa.
This is going to be an interesting finish, Mean Gene. You know the rookie got to be a little bit nervous right now. There's nothing like being in this situation in a lead that you've never won in before. You get to add that notch to your belt, the good type of notch to your belt, another league you've won, Mean Gene. I think for us iRacers, that oftentimes feels like winning another type of race car. It's another way to prove to yourself just how good you are. You're around a completely different roster, and you're able to run this well as well. And this is the premier roster here on BRN, the premier MRL league. And this is now 3 years in a row where a rookie has come into this league and taken it by storm. And we called this one early, Mean Gene. This 905 driver, tons of talent. What number do you think he's going to choose?
Oh, that might be a question we can ask him at the end, because
we should. Okay, I'll take
his final. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the number that he's about to finish.
I'm going to go with the 22.
I like, cool number. That's cool. I'll go with the 5. Is there a 5 in this league? I don't think so.
I don't know. That's a good number, though.
It is a good number. We got the one available too. Then Kevin Kyle's part time, so we'll see. But right now, all that matters is number one. It could be that red number one plate that they get to do in kart in Formula One. Because look at this rookie, Mean Gene. It'll be 2 to go this time around. You see Bollinger taking about a 10th off a lap right now, but I think that is just the leader right now trying not to make a mistake while Bollinger gives it everything he has.
Bollinger won 0.8 of a second behind, and then Grant Applegate 2 seconds behind. You know he's killing himself for that 5 seconds that he lost in the pits on the money stop. What could have been for the 14. Instead, he's going to stand on that podium right next to the winner. Which will it be Lesko? Will it be Bollinger? Daniel Plant-Smith also having a great run in fourth. Joe Volpus slowly creeping up into the top 5. The story today, though, is the 905 Nesquik Toyota of Nate Lesko. Gonna bring it into 3. Hits that new pavement perfectly. Rolling it around 3. Coming out of 4. Fans on their feet. They love the rookie. And Nate Lesko takes his first MRL Monday Night Mayhem win here in the third round at Iowa. Congratulations to the Toyota rookie.
Congratulations to the rookie. There's nothing quite like seeing a rookie win their first race in a league like this, Mean Gene. And Lesko did it the right way, and this driver is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Oh boy, he has put the league on notice with his first 2 runs, leading laps at Talladega, finishing second at Charlotte, and then he gets 1 position better, and it only took him 3 races, Mean Gene. Wow, this guy is going to be fun to watch. And right when we thought this league couldn't get any more competitive, any more difficult to win in, this Nesquik driver shows up.
Oh, you gotta love seeing the competition just get faster and faster. Nate Lesko putting his mark on MRL, now putting his mark on the infield. Is he gonna get on the corn? Get on that corn, sir.
Eat that corn, baby.
There it is. He's gonna do it.
Nom nom for David. Or for Nate,
wow,
sorry. Not
great
for Nate.
run.
There we go.
Great run by Lesko. Let's go to this final results before we pull in some people. Winner today, Nate Lesko taking the dub. Colin Bollinger gonna finish second, and Grant Applegate joining him on the podium. Daniel Plant-Smith, 4th place. Great run by the Team Delusional driver. Joe Volpus gonna finish in 5th here today. Sean Walton continues his strong start, finishing in that 6th position. Eric Gambrell, very quiet day for the sophomore driver, battles his way to a top 10. Matthew Fritz, welcome back, sir. The Hickox Racing 48 coming home in 8th. Buddy Sully, Highside Hustler in 9th. And the rookie Wyatt Mickelson.
Nice run.
Silent Assassin moving up into 10th, taking it from Nick Mills there at the end. Great run. And I love seeing them rookie names popping up.
Great job by Wyatt Mickelson. Yeah, I mean, Gene, he was up and down the field today. That 10th place, while it was quiet, and maybe you can blame us for that, it was not uneventful, and it was not easy. So what a job by the rookie Mickelson. Giving Lesko something to think about, as it looked like this rookie of the year might be a runaway. Maybe not, because actually all we have to do is go down a few more spots. We have Nick Mills in 11th, like you said. Jay Stinson, another very good recovery from the number 60 driver. He'll finish in 12th. Jonathan Quesabir, I don't think he's going to be happy with that finish, me and Gene. We saw Quesabir in the top 3, really the top 5 for the majority of this race. He's going to end up 13th, taking a risk late in that race, trying to run it long, and just gets the bad end of it. He is the first car a lap down, 13th place. Ryan Holler, who I was talking about though, me and Gene, don't have to go far to find another rookie, do you?
No, he's coming out there, putting on strong showings last week and this week. Holler only going to get better. Tommy Fox, the veteran, little bit of a scare, put him a lap down. Holds on. Rookie Rochelle, Lucas Alves, and Sam. Boy, he really went for it on those tires.
He did, and honestly, that's a great recovery from what he had to deal with. I think Sam Milliken probably bled all the way down to about 28 during that run, me and Gene, and he's going to be able to recover all the way to 18, so I'm sure he's going to be happy about that. Dylan Tibbetts, we saw him up and down the field today. That 44 was a lot faster than that 19th place finish will indicate. 20th place, Steve Lewis, but you know what? We didn't talk about him today, and we actually saw him get his way around a lot of wrecks that normally drivers would struggled to check up with, and I think Lewis led by example today. Great job of that 88, and we know he has the speed to run much better than that. Tom Lester going to finish in 21st. We saw him at the end there, getting his laps back. He's only
another
one
tire
down.
Guy.
Another
tire strategy guy, yeah.
Exactly. And then Matt Novella, I mean, Gene, kind of feels like Matt Novella was just getting punched in the face over and over in this race.
Yeah, the 56 the real 56 running into some trouble out there. Holds on 2 laps down.
And the fake
did 56. Win the battle versus the fake 56 of Craig Schroeder.
That's all that mattered, actually.
23rd. Brandon Guerin, that guy was so fast at the beginning, got clipped, and that ended up taking the speed out of it. Clausen holding on 3 laps down. Zach Winstead, he was 5 down at one point, so really good fortitude there by the Sim and Destroy Racing Company factory driver, Jay Dargett. Little bit of contact for him and let's see, Newman, and then it gets really with the guys who legged it out.
It does, Mean Gene. Jack Sanders, we saw him out there all day trying to defend that 25. He's going to end up 29th, but 13 laps down. I'm sorry, and yeah, Wayne Newman as well above him. Man, Wayne Newman showing so much speed early. He was not even one of the guys that needed tires to have the running position, but it's one thing to run well early. It's another thing to do it for 100 plus laps. Wayne Newman, it's only a matter of time until he's going to be finishing where he was running today. Luke Wagner, another rookie who looked impressive early, ran into some bad luck. He'll finish in 30th. Tony Iverson, Mean Gene, that one wall hit, which it ended up, I think, being worse than it even looked. It was a substantial hit, but we've seen Iverson, we've seen other drivers get away with far more. Today was not that day. That was 8 minutes of damage, and that equates to 17 laps on track, and that's just way too much for Tony to recover from. Gonna have likely one of his worst finishes of the season, 31st place for the last week's winner. Hunter Hall, we saw him get into the wall early. He's gonna finish 32nd. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Hunter, he was just running a dangerous line the whole time, and it finally caught up to him there. Because he was battling up top 15 the whole time.
He was.
And there was nowhere to go. When the wreck occurred, it came up, there he was. And, we saw him narrowly avoid a couple of wrecks twice. So I think that awareness of when it could happen. But it gets real hard. Once all those different tire strategies came into effect, that's when Hunter got caught up into those wrecks. So you can't anticipate that unless you have a spotter telling you, hey, that guy's on this tire strategy, this guy's on that tire. It's very, very difficult. And I think Hunter just kind of got caught up with a series of bad circumstances.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And yeah, you're right. Even if we do have the technology that we have to pay for to have information available to us that would not otherwise be, by default on the software that we have given to us, it doesn't tell us what they took. So that's a really good point. We can see, that guy hit that lap. That could have been just for fuel. We don't know, and oftentimes it's too late by the time you find out, right? You're thinking, does he have 2? Does he have 4? And then they blow your doors off. You're like, oh, it was 4. Or you get tight. You don't expect them to have so much speed, and you get into them. Hunter Hall, I think he does that to himself a lot, though, Mean Gene. And one thing about being those drivers that stays out in those situations, you've got to be comfortable doing that because you're about to have a wild pack of hyenas who know they're faster than you, trying to get around you, and you got to be able to manage that. Hunter Hall still struggling to a little bit. And Brad Furrow didn't really get a chance to see what Furrow was able to do today. Early issues for the rookie driver, dealing with some pit stop stuff early, so I'm excited to see what he can do next week. It looks like Kevin Kyle was on coaching duty today. Well, I think Jay Bebb was luckily on daddy duty for the rest of the league, probably overseeing this massive field.
Yeah, could have been. I think that's exactly what happened, Bev. Just keeping an eye on things here today. Brad, I saw what happened to Brad. He got loose. He hit, and his car had more damage than he wanted. And then he came back and he tried to push it. Car got loose again, hit that infield wall really hard. And I think in Iowa with that repave, this is something that's just not common on these other tracks.
Good point.
And so if you're just barely off of that thing and then you adjust to get back on,
it's already too late.
Or you hit it's too late, and down you go. And that happened to Brad a couple of times, and I think that's what cost him the ability to make that finish. Well, we got some drivers that are super excited. They just got done with their interviews with the Motor Speed Network, so it's finally. It looks like it's finally our turn.
Time for the worst ones
to get in. That's all right. They're done with their interview. Let's take them up here, and we're going to lead it off with the winner today, Nate Lesko. Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Drink your
I'll
milk.
tell you what. Yeah, buddy, took you 3 weeks to finally make it up into the booth. Congratulations. How you feel after that first win?
Oh, it feels good. Yeah, I was hoping there'd be a chance the first week, but definitely within the first 3 weeks, I'm happy with that. Definitely.
And the other thing is we're starting to see the same names all at the front. I think you were getting very familiar with Colin, Grant, and Iverson had a rough day today, but again, the week 2 winner. So tell me, as you're looking around the field, what is your feelings? Like, you got guys you like, you got guys you trust. Are there any friendships, any alliances being made yet?
I don't think so. I was enjoying the first week watching Colin and Grant battle, so that was kind of fun to follow those guys. And then I wasn't sure if I was going to see the same thing the start of this race because I was right behind those guys as well. But no, it's good to race around them. I don't think I was better than them today, so that's why I kind of undercut them on pit stop, and I feel like that's the only reason really why I won.
I love it. You know, sometimes you win on speed, sometimes you win on strat. Here today, you won with a little bit of both. Grant had that unfortunateness in the pit stops. Did you get I saw you, Grant and Colin, talking before we got you on the radio. Did Grant happen to bring that up?
Yeah, he explained a little bit, but I'm going to have to go back see the replay. It sounded exciting there, so...
Oh, yeah. And then he missed the box just to make it really special.
Yeah.
So tell me, Nate, there was a lot of 3 and 4 wide incidences out there. So many different tire strategies going on, all coming together at the same time. Can you identify maybe the move that you think benefited you the most in this race?
I think just having the extra set of tires in the pits.
Yeah.
I was able to pit earlier, knowing that I had a set just in case there was a caution. So I feel like just saving that set, that first caution, just kind of what did it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, definitely. We were watching you make that longer run, knew that you were going to have that in that back pocket. So again, that strategy working out, getting you up to the top of the field. Nate, good win. You immediately punch your way into the championship 12 as long as you hit that number 9 regular season starts. So congratulations on that first win, putting yourself up there also in a strong contender for Rookie of the Year. Anybody at home
Number,
that you want to give a shout out to? Oh, yes. The number. Nate, this is your 3rd race with that 905. What are you thinking?
I was looking at, I told you earlier, I think it was going to end with a 0. I see 10 was available, so I think I'm going to go with 10. They ran Jeff Green, I think it was, ran the Nesquik car in that number before, so I think I'll continue that.
There it is. Thank you, Zach. I almost forgot that.
I got you, baby.
That was like, yeah, man, that was a big one. I was too excited.
The perfect 10.
The champ. Yeah. So, Nate, anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
No, well, I guess so. The whole field here, because you mentioned going 3 wide pretty often around here, and just having the confidence in everyone else to run a clean race. So, appreciate all those guys.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Nate Lesko, the driver of the future, number 10, Nesquik Toyota. Your champion today punches his ticket to the round of 12. Thank you so much, Nate. Go have yourself a nice, cool Nesquik. You've earned it.
Welcome to Victory Lane.
Thank you, guys.
Man, I love it, Zach. Already getting new winners, and this just is exciting for the future of the league.
It's super exciting. If he didn't have your hairstyle, too, I'd be extremely concerned about him also being too young, like Bollinger and Applegate are. But hopefully his hair is indicative of his age, because man, we don't need more 22-year-olds being this damn good at this. But this driver right here, Mean Gene, is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu to the guy we're about to talk to, Grant Applegate, right? By the way, were you watching the
second?
Oh yeah, we can do that next. Were you watching the thing? I'm proud of the ones I did.
I was. Looks like Mean Gene. You're the
okay,
devil.
thank you. Okay, God, I was the most proud of that one. These ones will be even better, I promise.
Oh, boy. All right, let's bring him in. Too Cool Colin Bollinger.
What's going on, Colin? You got us?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Man, that was a good race over there in the Dr. Pepper Blue machine. First of all, go Celtics. We're killing it. We're doing great. We're going to win the NBA championship. And secondly, great. Yeah, we are. A great race today, man. It looked like your typical Colin Bollinger race where you're hanging out, and then showing up late with it all figured out. But just it looked like just not quite enough time. So I guess take me through the latter half of that race.
I mean, honestly, it was just really just saving a tie. You have to play with the sets all night long, and that's kind of what we were doing. And we were just gonna save a set. It worked out. We had one set, and we took the pit stop. And I knew running. I saw Grant make a mistake off. He lost a lot of time from the lead there as he went in the pits, and then Plant, the 31, went in, or whatever number he is, I don't know, went in there with him. So I figured I could run long a little bit and see if I can make it up on the back end of the next run, which it ended up working, but I think we probably could have passed the leader, the Let's Go there at the end if we didn't have, I swear there might have been 15 lap down cars that we were racing with for the last 20 laps of the race. I mean, and they were racing us like they were on the lead lap, so I mean, it was just a tough night, and it's a short track race, and so it's a tough thing to kind of work around. Just it's a shame. Maybe if some of those guys aren't there, I think we could run him down and make that pass for the win, but it just wasn't the cards. But anything's better than last week, you know. I'm happy. After last week, we're okay with the second place finish.
Yeah, I know you're not wrong about that. I mean, maybe, but crazy what happens when you go back to a real racetrack and then that cream rises back up to the top. But yeah, curious about that or that extra tire set, because it was you and Lesko who had it. Guys like Applegate did not. I don't think Plant Smith did. I'm almost positive he didn't. I think the majority of the people around you, besides like the exception of like Walton, didn't have the extra set. Did you want that caution? And if you did want it, when did you want it? Like, when did it feel like it was too late for it to matter to where you'd still have to get by those guys that couldn't pit? So what was your thought process with that?
Honestly, yeah, 10 to 15 to go, to be honest, because you saw all night, even 25 laps into the run early, like I stayed out. I don't know what time I stayed. I stayed out one of the times when we only had a 25 lap run, and within 5 laps, the dudes from 15th were already past the leader. It really didn't matter. So I'd say if it was 10 to 15 to go, we were in the money zone, but it didn't happen. But I mean, we made it work. Obviously, we got up there and did what we had to do.
Yeah, you always do, finishing second place. And then last question I'll ask you, beyond any shouts you want to give as always, but what is your thoughts on just the talent level of this series specifically? Adding another guy like Lesko, you guys get the new champion, Grant Applegate, last year. I was just saying, kind of feels like deja vu. It feels kind of familiar, right? It kind of feels like the 14 all over again. What's it starting to feel like? Someone like you who used to feel like this was your league and everyone's kind of just living in your world.
Yeah, we gotta give them races now and then. I still think it is. It's all right. But,
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Gotta get the confidence
we're
up.
gonna keep racing. All I know is we're in the playoffs already, so we're just trying to win now. And then once we get to the playoffs, just do what we always do. And we're gonna be ready for Kentucky this time. It's all right. I mean, I'm already planning ahead. We're good. I ain't worried about it.
Practicing? Colin Bollinger practicing? No, stop it.
No.
Yes, talk about practice.
Yeah, what? Or you mean ready, like mentally? Like, I'm thinking about Kentucky.
Oh yeah,
That's really big of you.
just not gonna make the same mistake. We're gonna we'll just stay ahead and make the moves, do the things we gotta do. The King of the North will be back. I'll be back. It'll be all right. No, but all jokes aside, no, we're just hoping to just be consistent. That's really it.
I mean, they call them jokes, but it's like you're not lying. So yeah, facts, Colin. Great run again today, man. Always a joy getting to watch you, and I think you guys put on a great show. Did a great job racing around those lappers. That had to have been frustrating, but yeah, those guys, I kind of understood. I said in the broadcast, I think they were doing that because Lucky Dog wasn't good enough there, right? There wasn't enough time to be in the tail end of the line. You had to get that lap back the hard way, or at least try, but that couldn't have been fun. So great job putting on a show there. And any shouts you want to give?
Daniel Plant Smith, Team Delusion Racing, Andrew Bolander, he wasn't here tonight, but Rachel Wingfield, all those guys over there. And then just you guys, every week, I'm going to say it every week. I love you guys. It's awesome.
Hey, it's totally mutual, Colin. Generally it is. You're awesome to watch and always great to talk to, man. It means a lot. Thank you.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, awesome guy, awesome driver, Mean Gene, and keeping up that momentum. I mean, like you said, this is one of the few MRL leagues left that still has win you're in. And that kind of does allow you to approach this a little bit differently. Now all Colin has to think about is yet another regular season championship.
Yeah, it's so funny. 3 years ago, Colin was the Xfinity champ. He comes into the league. He's the young gun, drops the hammer, doesn't win that first year, gets the win the next year, turns around, and now he's the seasoned veteran looking back at 1 and 2 year drivers knocking on the door. But like you heard him say, it's still his world, King of the North, and he's ready for these challengers. Love that interview. Thank you to the 53 for that one.
His
that
confidence is
awesome.
so important, honestly, man, Gene. I always say this to my team and to myself. You need, even if you know it's a lie, you need to convince yourself you're the best person on the track. Luckily for Colin, it's not. He doesn't have to lie to himself, but what you do have to do is remind yourself all the time, I'm the best, I'm better than them. Because so much of this is mental, convincing yourself that you are, knowing that you are. Because guess what? If you feel like you aren't, you race like you're not.
That's right. And coming to the end of that race there, you could just see that confidence that he had, able to do battle. And still, Grant had the fastest car for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. Applegate didn't have any damage on it, but definitely, I think, got rattled. And that was illustrated by him missing that pit stall. Colin, confidence all-time high, ends up pulling out that second
almost
place.
Maybe led too many laps too, Mean Gene. Sometimes you lead that many laps in clean air, that can come back to bite you, and that may have been, we'll talk to Grant in a minute and we'll see. But another thing too, what I always call that, Mean Gene, is what you need to have is delusional confidence. Kind of a funny little piece of irony there.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Speaking of loving it, Grant Applegate, the defending champion, ends up on the podium third today. Grant, how we feeling, buddy?
We're not loving it. What do you mean?
Oh, we're loving talking to you. I know that you're not loving that result. You want to take us through your heartbreak, my friend?
Was getting loose and was waiting for second place to pit, and he pitted. I was going to run 2 laps more because in my mind I wanted 2 lap fresher tires, and I don't know what I could have done different other than just not make the mistake. But yeah, it's just throw it all away for really no reason. It's just, I don't know what to say, to be honest. It's just frustrating. And then trying to drive back through the field with all the lap cars and everything, you burn your tires up and all that. And I got all the way to him, and then just lap car sits in between me and the leader and just sits there until he wrecks himself. So it's not his fault. I get what he's trying to do, but if you're not flying past the leader, just get out the way. Like the guys who were a second faster a lap, 100% go right by me and go ahead and go catch the leader, get your lap back. Understandable. But the guy who's like a 10th, maybe 2/10 faster than the leader, and he hasn't been in front of the leader all day, I don't understand. Colin caught me and I let him by, and that was for position. So if a lead lap guy's doing that for second place, I don't understand what a lap car's doing for, I don't even remember what position he was, but good first half of the race. All my strategies played out perfectly pretty much, and I had a second lead going into pit road, left pit road, 2.5, 3 seconds behind, got it all the way back down to 7/10, and just didn't matter. So fun racing, but yeah, just obviously don't know what to say other than a lot of nothing.
You made the comment about the pit road. What happened down there? Now, talk about the entrance of pit road here at Iowa compared to some of the other tracks. Is this just really sharp and easy to lose it? Where you have to cut down below the apron? Is it? This is not an easy entrance.
It's not easy, but it's definitely not easy when you get loose off a 2 and flat or heat your tires up because you got to slam on the brakes to catch the car. Did you all catch that?
Oh yeah, every instant, every second of it.
Okay, just double checking because your question made me think you didn't see it. But yeah, every pit road can be hard, and it also can be easy. Iowa, in my opinion, is not hard because there's marks that you can use to enter pit road. I'm not going to be very specific, but there's some white marks down on the apron that you roll around 3 and 4, you see that mark, you get on brakes, turn left, and you're fine as long as you don't do anything stupid. But a track like Richmond, for example, that's what I would consider a hard pit road, because it's like you're driving into the wall and jumping on the brakes kind of thing. But track like this where you can kind of hold the banking all the way around and you've got a marker on the ground to look at and see and hit the brakes. Yeah, that's not awful, but it's really awful when your tires are hot.
I see. So yeah, really, I will. That's good. You're able to identify that moment that these things occurred. Now, when we spoke to you last year after you won your championship, you made you put a lot of emphasis on the fact that you were able to lengthen the runs of your car. You were able to not burn it up as quickly, and we see that coming together a whole lot sooner this year. You talked about trying to match second place, coming to the pits a couple of laps after him. But are you just feeling a ton more confident in that new driving style you said you came into your own with last year?
Oh yeah, so Kentucky, you all have drove it before. It's a really tight track. So when you figure out how to drive a track like that and save tires on a track like that, it translates basically super easy to every other track, because that track is so tight and you do have to drive it so conservatively while also still pushing it. These next gen cars, it's weird as hell, but yeah, so we come here at a track like this where you're using brake to turn the car. Well, then the entry is really easy to not burn tires up, and then you it's a feel thing where you can kind of notice when the car rotates. Maybe I've just noticed it all of a sudden after Kentucky, but yeah, I can tell when the car actually wants to rotate now, whereas last season it felt like I would kind of jump in the gas too soon, probably a little bit, either too soon or too hard. I think it was just too hard, because I have a tendency to just, as I'm arcing the corner, just back to wide open throttle, and I've had to tell myself, like, no, there's no need to do that, because the difference between 70% throttle and wide open throttle in the center of the corner is negligible at best. It might gain you 1 mile an hour or something like that. So just kind of backing it down that 1 extra mile an hour by not pushing it that extra percent just makes it learning how to do that kind of thing, because it sounds so simple when I'm sitting here saying it, but when you're driving the car, it's so hard to not, because technically you can just go wide open throttle and it'll make the corner and you'll be fine, but you have to tell yourself, like, just because it can doesn't mean I have to. So yeah, just learning how to do that at Kentucky at a track that's so tight and the marks are so pinpoint accurate, and it translates really well to every other track. Sorry, rambling, I know, but just
no, that's what you're sharing that knowledge, man. You're spitting the word to the guys at the house, trying to figure out exactly how Grant Applegate goes from, running 8th, 9th, 10th, and getting loose later in a tire run to becoming a championship driver in 1 year. These are all things that translate over to every track, and this is something that's going to benefit all the folks at home that are listening to that. So Zach, I appreciate this kind of talk.
Yeah,
man.
I love it. It's super, super useful for all the drivers who are trying to be something like Grant. And one thing I said during your run today, Grant, is it was so much more about this league than it was about your mistake. It just exemplified how fragile it is. I've seen in pretty much every league that we get to cover, Gene, you can make that mistake multiple times in a race and still have a chance to win. But here on Mondays, you just can't, like you said, blink. And that can happen. A mistake that a million people could have made. And like we also talked about, oftentimes when you realize it's happening, it's too late. So good job not binning it and still coming on with the podium.
Yeah, I know you wanted to win, and I think you had the car to do it. But hey, you know what? Next week we're at Homestead, low banking track. Going to give you an opportunity to see exactly what you can do out there against that field next week. Grant, anybody at house you want to give a shout out to?
First, I just want to start off with, you bring up Homestead and you talk about the banking before you talk about the wall. Like, what the hell, Gene? Come on, it's the one thing I'm proud of.
Are you friends with the wall? Are you friends with the wall?
What do you mean, Gene? Come on.
No, he's just not friends with pit walls or pitting in general after Indian this.
I don't even think they're going to paint the right side of your car, to be honest with you, dude.
They don't need to. I mean, sharp, give me a high side and give me a little bit of confidence, and I'll go out there with it. But yeah, just appreciate teammates. I'm actually part of a team this season, I think.
Oh, nice.
My side. I think
That's
I'm actually
right.
on the team.
Oh yeah, you guys got a great roster there.
So yeah, just if they would quit wrecking and doing dumb strategies, it would be really good tonight. Nick was honestly pretty good. And then just bad strategy call, which it's not necessarily bad. It's just you come into the realization of, obviously, if it works, it's great. It's the best strategy ever. But 85-90% of the time, just take the hand you're dealt. Caution comes out. You don't want to use a set of tires, but just use them anyway. But yeah, so he tried to save the set. He had the set, and the 903 or 906, he almost wrecked, and then Nick would have been perfect spot, and it would have been a great strategy call. So y'all talk about blinking and all that. That's a perfect example of it. We're just even the guys running 5th to 15th, you can make a strategy call and win a race. So
totally agree.
I just everything, I appreciate being here as always, and just I'm hoping I can be better than I was last year. I know I won championship, but it feels like a super Daniel Hemrick moment, and I really don't want to be known as the Daniel Hemrick. I don't want to just one and done and be gone, but I feel like I want to be up front, win races, and even if I don't win another championship, I just want to win races. I've still only won one, and I gotta quit choking shit. Sorry.
You're gonna get there, bud. You got a championship ring on that finger already. You look like Jerry Reed in The Water Boy. So
that's the hardest to execute too.
I think we're gonna see Grant Applegate moving up and getting more podiums, and we're gonna be interviewing a whole lot more the rest of this year. Grant Applegate finishing 3rd today, was your stage 1 winner. So fast out there, Grant. Gonna expect to see you again. Have a great evening, buddy. You earned it.
Good job, champ.
You all too. Appreciate the broadcast and appreciate everybody putting on the show. Didn't just say that. Just want to run that by you. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
Much love, Grant.
Man, I'll tell you what, these names are getting awful familiar up at the top. I mean, it's like every week. Let's talk to a Bollinger and Iverson. Let's talk to a Grant Applegate. And then right on the edge, though, if you look at the rest of that finishing order, Plant Smith, Volpus, Walton, Gambrel, all these guys. And it takes a bad break to put out those guys, those top 7 dudes.
Yeah.
Something crazy has to happen to make them pop out. And you just see these other guys ready to sneak in and strike. Buddy Sully coming home this time in 9th place. He's getting that rust off. We're going to see that 21 back up there. Nick Mills, he finished 2nd place last week, got 11th today. As Grant said, he called him out. He said, if the strategy goes a little bit differently, it's Nick Mills we're talking to in victory lane. So lots of talent on that roster, not to mention just the rookies that are showing up. You got Holler, you got Rochelle, again, Lesko, who won the race today. So Mickelson, just so many guys showing up. This league is rich. This league is healthy. And if you're John Beverly, you got to be sitting on cloud 9 watching this thing grow.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit nervous about what we're seeing on Wednesdays and thinking, oh my gosh, is that about to happen here? Because it surely isn't looking like it's not going to, as the fields are increasing, which is rare to see even on race 3, Mean Gene, especially at a track like Iowa. Nobody likes New Iowa, if we're being honest. So really good signs of things to come in this league. And I agree, and it makes it even more wild, like you just said, that we're seeing very similar guys, our defending champions. Man, I think the guy that we all agree on is probably most overdue for one in that number 13 race car, running up front week in, week out. But I think also today was an interesting one for someone like Iverson, right? One last week at Talladega, someone who, like I said, I think is the most overdue for a championship, has raced for a Final Four, or raced in the Final Four every year that we've covered this league. And today, Mean Gene, not only did he have some misfortune midway through the race and got on the wall and cost him several laps, he didn't have anything. He did not have anything. That 13 was not fast today. And I think that won't be the first time that we see that happen to somebody like him. I don't think Tony specifically, but there'll be a day where Colin is just running in 11th and we can't understand why, or Applegate, or even now that we're expecting Lesko now to be amongst those guys. I think we do have like a big 5 or 6 here, Mean Gene. We haven't even brought up Joseph Volpus, Buddy Solly that much, and even Sean Walton, who is becoming, I think, far and away the most underrated driver in this league.
Yeah, Sean, top 5 guy when he can avoid that aggressive streak. It's if somebody's wrecking you, it's very difficult not to want to react to that thing. We saw Iverson, the victim of that revenge streak a couple of years ago, worked his way through it with the assistance of Jordan Fisher and others. And now I think we see Walton. Now that Team Delusional is an actual thing. It's written down. It's real now. You can see Bollinger, Plant Smith, Andrew Bolander, and Sean Walton. So finally having that opportunity to have that leadership that he needs to kind of dial it in and make the difference. You know, missing today, Jared Kelly. I think that's another guy that we could see win races. Not really sure what's going on with First to Engage Motorsports. Wagner and Dargett were both here in the run, the two rookies, but no Jared Kelly.
Right.
So we'll get Kevin Kyle to give us the 411 on that and see what we can do with the double nickel, because that is a guy that could win any week. We've seen him do it over in the Premier Cup in BRL. So that's another guy. Just love to see him get back on the track.
Good point about the teams, though, me and Gene there. Because another thing that is fascinating to me that Applegate just reminded me of is that little all-star team that got built on the off-season. Because it felt like last year Highside was just kind of Gulf Coast 2.0, but without the same camaraderie, right? Like they felt like a less together version of Gulf Coast. And Gulf Coast is not only some of those phenomenal drivers in MRL history, they work as a unit. They work so well together. Shades of Backpack Racing in the DDIRL on that previous Wednesday series that you'll see this Wednesday as well. A very cohesive team. And then what Tony Iverson did in this offseason, I thought was a pretty big stroke of genius to go out there and get the champion, Grant Applegate, which I think is a big move on both drivers' part, me and Gene, because a lot of drivers, I've been asked this question too when I teamed with Patrick Cowgill. Why do you want to team up with someone that a lot of people consider your biggest rival? Because I'm not afraid of him. And we both feel like we're good enough to beat each other straight up, and we're only going to make each other better by working together. And that is a big deal. And you're already starting to see it work. I mean, past two wins, right? Are Highside Hustlers. I'm sorry, that was Lesko. Almost wins. Sorry, Grant. I'm sorry. Felt like past two wins are about to be Highside Hustlers. But that team is looking very strong, me and Gene. I think team racing will be more important on Mondays than it ever has been in the past.
Well, we're going to keep a track also. You know, the Hustlers are the two-time defending team champions, especially since you're only taking the results
from the top guys,
the top two drivers. So last year, David Owens, part-time driver,
helped them out a lot.
Eric Thornton missed a few races, but when they did show up, or Buddy Sully missed races, so Iverson and Thornton really carrying that team, but still powered them to that second win. David Owens, part-time driver this year, you plug in the champion, Grant Applegate,
the biggest region pickup possible.
Team, yeah, and then Buddy Sully comes back full-time, knocking the rust off of it, and you've got a foursome right there. Team. I mean, that could be the damn championship team at the end, depending on how things fall apart.
Good point.
Again, don't be counting out the King of the North and Team Delusional.
Yeah, those guys.
Colin is going to be fighting. Daniel Smith has an ARCA championship under his belt. Sean Walton has a six-pack championship under his belt. So Delusional's going to want to fight him back. And you've mentioned Gulf Coast. They became NMO, which is, got Novella, Gambrel, Joe Vulpes. Yep. Yeah, so those are three guys that also could finish top five at any point. Gambrel's top 10, but the way he's developed, if he continues to move in that upward direction, much kinder, gentler Eric Gambrel this last 2 weeks. So want to give Eric his flowers for not going out there and being the meat missile that some announcers might have accused him of.
Hey. But also speaking of that, me and Gene, not sure if you've looked over at the Discord since the end of this race just a few minutes ago. It looks like there's a chance some penalties may be coming in for some of these drivers. I believe you may have had the driver comms on. If you want to let us in on something that you may be thinking may be coming, it looks like some driver comm penalties may be coming in for this league the admins not happy with the way that driver comms were done today, and that is often, I think, something you see when these fields extend to this size, right? It can get messy quickly.
Well, and it's something that has to be done periodically in every league. You know, when NASCAR let the reins loose, that's when you see Matt Kenseth go out there and just straight up take out a driver.
Yeah, do God's work, yeah.
You know, and so periodically I think that admins are put in that position where they just tighten the reins and the horse goes on the car, goes straight again on its own. And I think we've seen that across a lot of leagues, across this entire Vortex network, and it's not any one individual's fault. It's just that periodically you need to be reminded,
right?
Hey, 51, you can't just spin the 988.
And don't talk about it afterwards.
Hey, 50, yeah, you can't jump in his channel and cuss him and then play innocent after the fact. But, you know, you can't do that.
Yeah, and I guess I'll just give these drivers a piece of advice, Mean Gene, as well, from someone who's also an admin in another league. If you're coming to a new league, or even if you think you're a veteran of a league, no one needs your 2 cents about a wreck on the public comms. Nobody does. And the only thing that's going to give you is a points penalty from the admin for clogging up when you need to figure things out. Because after a wreck, you know, me and Gene, we've been there. I mean, we've heard about it when we're leading races and behind us. People need to get back on the lead lap. People need to get in front of each other. No one knows what it's supposed to be. The last thing you need clogging up the comms is somebody's opinion on a wreck or someone bullying or saying something negative to a growing league. I am very behind those penalties if they do come through. I do not know what was said on the comms, so I'm not going to say anything about any certain drivers here. I have zero idea what happened there, but I can tell you one thing, that when DDRL and MRL combined, that was a big talking point, and one thing that was not really even a conversation on the admin side was inheriting DDRL's zero tolerance policy for that type of behavior.
Yeah, and it, you know, every once in a while, you just have to give a little reminder. Same thing with aggressive driving, you know, coming into cautions out of control. You know, I think I'm going to improve my position, or I think that the hole is there. You know, it's not a you need to be penalized thing. No. It's just a mentorship, and we've seen David Buell really embrace that over on his Tuesday night series to try to get people better without just laying out points penalties. Now, stuff on the comm, that's an entirely different thing. You know, we heard every driver talk about those lap guys, but you got to remember, there was 3 of them fighting for a lucky dog right there. So they had something that they were battling for, and then those guys that were 2 laps down, like, you know, Fred Tom Lester, that guy fought to get back 1 lap down. If there's a caution, then he is in that group battling for the lucky dog on the next caution, because cautions breed caution. So it's very difficult. I think Grant made a great observation talking about being aware of your speed. If you're, you know, a full second ahead, then get on by, zip through. If you're 2/10 behind, it's a different world. But then you add the fact you're racing for a lucky dog, makes it very difficult. League admins very proactive about staying ahead of this thing. So, as you said, we're going to monitor it. And you know what? Check it out in the VRN Discord. Kevin Kyle hooking it up with his behind-the-scenes reporting.
Like, very behind-the-scenes, Mean Gene. Like, even his first report, I was like, whoa. Didn't know we were going to tell people that. But, yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I think it's great. And I think you bring up a really, really good point there, Mean Gene. And I think one thing to remember, first of all, we are seeing far more of it on Tuesdays than we are here on Mondays. So we'll put that out there right now. But correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't think Nate Lesko complained about it. He won. So I also get why he didn't. But the 2 younger guys did. And I will tell you, I don't chop it up to immaturity with Bollinger and Applegate. I don't consider them immature people or drivers, but they are younger, Mean Gene. And that's just, you know, more rotations around the sun. And I can tell you that I used to feel the way that Bollinger and Applegate are feeling right now. And I have since started to be, and I don't mean this in a mean way at all towards those 2 drivers, more empathetic, more understanding of their situation. Instead of me thinking immediately, their lap's down. Why are they doing that? I'm thinking, why are they doing that even though their lap's down? If that makes sense. I'm trying to put myself in their shoes.
Especially on race 3, especially race 3 of the regular season. Now, if we're talking about this at Nashville, we're going to have an entirely different conversation.
Oh,
if we're
1000%.
talking about this at Kentucky at the end of the year.
1,000%.
Yeah.
That's gross.
That's why you have three. That's why you have three other teammates. Meat Missile, that son of a.
Yeah, get him the hell out of here. But yeah, I think if Bollinger and Applegate had adjust their mentality to being not frustrated, but instead being empathetic and understanding putting themselves in their shoes, understanding what that 6 and what that 56 were trying to do, you could have worked with them and you could have gotten around the field with them and gotten positions with them instead of just being mad about it and racing them really, really hard. And that's easier said than done. And oftentimes in the moment, you don't have the time to figure that out. But that is, I think, an interesting thing. I mean, and the reason I called out to it, again, it's not to pick on Bollinger and Applegate. I think it's because it's fascinating. They are so young and so good. You do not see that very often.
And it's just been amazing to watch. So many great teams and drivers. All of this, of course, live on the Vortex Racing Network. Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella, proud to bring you what we saw here tonight. Zach, I think let's give some love to our sponsors. And maybe we'll give KK a look. You got a KK in your pocket?
Let's hit that real quick.
So, yeah, I want to give a shout out. Speed, Fish Speed, Jordan Fisher with his consortium of drivers in Discord, utilizing Garage 61. Doing such a great job there with those drivers. Also, year-long sponsor here. So thank you so much to Jordan Fisher, Fish Speed, KK Woodscapes, Kevin Kyle's entrepreneurial endeavor, building trophies across the Vortex Network, Bonfire Racing League, Truck and Cup, MRL, Cup Xfinity and Truck, and now DDI MRL Wednesday Night League as well. Kevin makes the wood, he paints the wood, he brushes the wood with wooden sticks. Check it out, KK Woodscapes got wood.
And there's another one he did right there.
Oh, look at that one.
Recently. That thing I just threw up on my wall, man, Gene. No, it's gorgeous. You know it's great when you show it to your wife and she's like, wow, that's really cool. So, and that's what happened. Another banger from Kevin Kyle. And again, I think one of the coolest things that he doesn't talk about enough is I approached him about this. I said, I won this championship. It would mean a lot to me if I could design my own trophy. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. Within reason, make it realistic. I know what our limitations are with his machine. And I even went kind of crazy with this one. Gene, I always like to send Kevin things where I'm like, he won't be able to do this. Look at all that air and space between that 12. He won't be able to do that. He did pretty incredible. And now that I have it in hand, the work he had to do to make this trophy possible is seriously impressive, and it seriously means a lot to me because he definitely, had to sit down and think about this. Like those two pillars on the right side, they're very cleverly super glued on. There's a base on the back holding everything together that you can't see. He did such a phenomenal job. He built it to make sense, to be able to be on my wall for a long time, to me not have to worry about it. But he knew I still wanted this really crazy design, and he made it happen. And genuinely, I cannot express how much that means to me and why he is just such a special talent with this type of thing and such a cool resource to have.
Yeah, across the board, he's part of KK Woodscapes. He's got Sim and Destroy Racing Company, our merch sponsor as well, hats and shirts now. And also, Kevin is the driving force behind the VRN Drive for 500. That's right. Special event sponsored by the Vortex Racing Network and Sim and Destroy Racing.
I'm so excited.
Valentine's Day, 11 o'clock, full-length Daytona. Going to be broadcast live here on the Vortex Racing Network. Mean Gene Money along with Kevin Kyle in the booth. Jason Landry will be your race control. So that race will be supervised. That race will be broadcast live. 27 people have signed up so far. There is room for you to join. The trophy Kevin is making for this
insane
has lights, camera, and action. The award's also going to be given away. There's going to be a $50 gift card for Conti, $50 worth of trophies. You're going to have die casts given away, and also you're going to have a broadcast by yours truly, Mean Gene Money, for the league of your choice. You can see the prize structure popping up here on your board right now. Now, you got to make half the laps to be eligible for those raffle drawings. So sign up. You can see right there how to do it. All those amazing sponsors: Animal House Customs, Daily Drivers Inc., Team Conti, KK
So much stuff,
Woodscapes.
Mean Gene.
So much stuff. All of this surrounded. Yeah, look, you get a livery by
Race
your
winner gets a
boy
trophy.
Plant.
Stage 2 is a trophy. Like, I want stage 2. I'll tell you that right now. I owe Kevin a lot of money. I want stage 2.
It's just getting bigger and bigger. Best way to do this: make sure you're a part of the Vortex Racing family. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have Instagram. We've got Twitter going. Plenty of chances to keep track of what's going on. Of course, YouTube, our main broadcast network. You want to be subscribed. Get your friends to subscribe. All of this trying to drive that number up to those 500 subscribers. Get in on that race. It's going to be a heck of a day. 11 o'clock Eastern, Valentine's Day. Your girlfriend will understand. Don't worry.
Yes, somehow she will. She's like, oh, what time is it at? I'm like, 8 in the morning. She's like, okay, fine. So,
You'll be done.
Still have to do brunch afterwards. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm really excited for that race. Also, I think Kevin's done a wonderful job building the roster for that race. It's designed to be kind of the best of the best. Every league given a choice of 3 to 4 drivers they could choose to bring with them. It looks like DDRL is going to be bringing Backpack as their representatives, as the DDI guys will be under the BRN blanket. And it looks like they'll have some Gulf Coast in there. I think High Side will be there. It's going to look like an all-star race. I'm very excited.
You know, and that's a thing I'm really looking forward to. We've got the broadcast coming out soon of that initial Wednesday race, but if you are not familiar with what Backpack can do, that team with Sanchez, Ybarra, that is a group of experts on every level. And you're going to want to see them go toe-to-toe with Team Delusional, with the High Side Hustlers. You want to see them go up against Ignition Point and Folcom from Bonfire, and that's exactly what you're going to see. Hell, don't see it on VRN. See it in person. Sign up right now.
Yes,
see if you can be
Very
one
few
of those
spots available.
drivers.
Do not wait.
No, you want to get on this track ASAP. Speaking of getting on the track, there's our weekly schedule here on the Vortex Racing Network. You just watched Monday Night Mayhem, race number 3. Next week will be at Homestead. And Zach, any update before Kevin Kyle gives away your secrets on the DDI ARCA series?
Oh yeah, the ARCA series. Hopefully we'll be doing our first exhibition this coming Monday. Really hoping to run that. That would be an exhibition. I doubt it will be here on BRN, as Hilltop Bullet still doing some work obligations. But I think he'll be back next week. So I would have loved to run this week. I thought running at Old Iowa as an exhibition would have been fun, but a lot going on Wednesdays right now, which we will have on this schedule very, very soon. I believe I need to get an updated version of the schedule. Because yes, Mean Gene, Mondays will be coming back very soon. We want to go back to a doubleheader, and we want to do it with enough time to properly do the doubleheader and be having that league run the bulk of its season before or with this Cup Series here. So I would expect within 2 weeks to be back here on BRN.
Oh, cannot wait. Live doubleheader on the Vortex Racing Network. Tuesday, of course, it's the Dennis Puckett Big Trucking Tuesday series.
There it is.
Great action there. That will be a rebroadcast following the race. Brought to you live with yours truly, Mean Gene Money, along with Zach Panzarella, Smoking Joe on the production side of that. And then there it is, Wednesday, gonna be bringing you the rebroadcast of the Insanity at Daytona. 57 drivers showing up to do battle. Amazing event. And of course, there will be some adjustments for that next race. So that'll be exciting also. But check out Daytona on Wednesday. Thursday, not there yet, but coming soon. Hold on to your pants, boys and girls, because the Quantum Contender Series, led by Kevin Kyle in the booth, just around the corner. 4th series going to join the VRN family. And then Sunday, the Premier Cup Series. 1 race to go before the championship. Las Vegas this Sunday. Can Jason Landry win his 9th race.
Oh, boy.
His 3rd race in a row of the round of 8.
think
He's
he
on
can.
his farewell tour. Mr. Landry going to
is he?
start an ARCA series on Sunday. He's already announced it, so this is the final season for Jason
Forcefully.
Landry. Yeah, will it be a storybook season as he is in search of his 9th win here in season number 16?
Sounds like a
Man,
Stephen King
great-
novel for a lot of them.
For some of them. What was it? A dream for some, a nightmare for others?
Exactly.
Something like that. Zach, any final thoughts as we're heading out of Iowa?
Great race. I mean, every Monday, this series specifically making us proud, putting on the best show. And man, we saw the writing on the wall with Lesko. We didn't have to wait long, me and Gene. We had to keep the belief alive for a defending champion a lot longer than we had to for Nate Lesko. Ran Applegate took until about the latter half of the regular season to really come to his own. 3 races in, we have a new winner. This is about to get even crazier. Guys like Daniel Plant Smith looking to be full-time. Buddy Soley may be a full-time driver. This is looking to be somehow the best Monday night series ever. Make sure to tune into Wednesday. It's going to be a crazy one, guys. And like me and Gene alluded to, big changes coming in that league. But what that could result in is maybe even another race, which would mean more highlights, more drivers that we get to spotlight. That league currently with just about the best problem you could ever have, which is too many drivers. So if there's too many
Never too
drivers,
many.
yeah, exactly. I actually could completely agree. It's a far better problem to have than not enough, and hopefully that will all work its way out. What I'm hoping for, me and Gene, is enough drivers to where the B-main idea that they have been throwing around, and I'm sure we'll hear more about that in their broadcast, will come to light soon, maybe in as soon as Wednesday. There's enough drivers there. There'll be a second race, so we'll get a lot of content, a lot to cover. And also just, I think that'll be fun for a lot of these drivers who are already counting themselves out, don't think they'll qualify well enough to get their way into the main event. Well, if you don't, you're gonna have a chance to race for a trophy in the B main, and I think that's gonna be a really fun thing. And yeah, me and Jim, we got a lot of stuff going on here. It's gonna be great, and just really can't thank everyone enough. It's wild to see what's happening with the fields. It's definitely happened all at once, and it's, like we said, giving us good problems on Wednesdays. But damn, I am beyond grateful for it, and I cannot thank these drivers enough for rolling with the punches as we continue to deal with these big influxes, because at the other end of it, it's just going to be a better version of everything we already have.
Yeah, that was the dream that we had. It's coming to fruition now, and boy, won't it be fun to watch that broadcast. We have side-by-side capability on some of these broadcasts.
Yeah, we do.
Would it not be insane to jump back and forth between those races running simultaneously?
Such a good
to
idea.
have the ability to say, oh, look at the leader over here, look at the leader over there, and also be able to see twice as many crashes. Not that people are going to crash.
Oh, twice as many though, for sure.
Nobody's going to crash, but 2 races, double the fun, going to be amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap us up from Iowa. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Big thanks to all of the fans at home for joining us for the Monday Night Mayhem Cup Series here on the Vortex Racing Network. On behalf of myself, Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella, all of our sponsors, Fish Speed, thank you, Jordan, thank you, Kevin, and KK Woodscapes, as well as his Sim and Destroy Racing Company endeavor. Thank you to the league admins making this all possible for us to have such a great time. And you, the fans and drivers at home watching this broadcast, thanks for reaching out, taking the time to join us here tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Dennis Bucket Bonfire Big Trucking Tuesday series. And until then,